home of the Martinsville hot dog and some of the best short track racing in NASCAR. The Martinsville Speedway, boasting its unique paperclip shape, plays host to the Outlaws Sim Series Gunman trucks for round 8 of 22 on the season. So far, 7 different winners in as many races, and at a track like Martinsville where nothing is guaranteed, the 8th race of the season comes at you live on Pit Stop TV. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the virtual Ridgeway, Virginia. Devin Zimmerman joins me on the call tonight, and Vincent Cortez is on our social media coverage this evening. And Devin, we're here at the flat half mile of mayhem. What say you heading into a race like this?
Being at a short track, it's really difficult to do that. So keeping it as clean as possible. I don't expect there will be a clean truck in the house at the end of the night, but if you can keep it pretty much clean, then you're going to have a really good shot at winning this race. There's the track map, a 0.526 mile paperclip shaped flat oval, 12 degrees of banking in turns 1 and 2 and in 3 and 4. You can see that the pit road you enter in before you even take turn 3, so that's going to be tricky. You got to make sure you get it really slowed down and do not overgun it. Getting into pit road is very easy to speed. Very slow pit road speed tonight as well. So then they get in there, they're going to come all the way off turn 2. You're going to be entering in. It's a very narrow track. You'll be entering in right in front of your competitors. So if it's green flag stops tonight, it's going to get really interesting really quickly. But again, it is a flat paperclip shape. I've told many people in the past this track drives just like what a road course turn would be. You got to brake in early. You can't really ride the brakes. You got to brake early and let it coast through the center and then pick it up late and very easy on the throttle getting off the turn so you don't loop it around. Very easy to do. We'll see how these guys set up the trucks tonight so they can get the most out of these trucks. And yeah, it's going to be a very exciting race.
Absolutely. And I mean, when we're talking about truck setup here, you look, the track is mostly asphalt, but the corners and what I guess really you need to set your truck up for is those corners and maybe the corner exit to get that forward bite out the corner. But those corners, the racing line is all in concrete. It's going to be very interesting to see, very intriguing to see how the trucks react, going over the transitions from asphalt to concrete and concrete to asphalt. Of course, it's not as drastic as it is maybe in real life as it would be on the sim, but nonetheless, it's still something to note at the 0.526 mile paperclip. Heading into tonight's race, we're coming off the amazing show last week at the Dirt at Bristol, and well, let's take a look at the point standings that have shaken up quite a little bit since last Wednesday. First, I want to say Kyle Lingerfelt was credited with the being one of the cause cars in the caution at the end of that race, the last caution of the day. Kyle Lingerfelt was involved in it, and he chose to, I guess, he chose to have that reviewed post-race. Of course, when you bring out a caution in Outlaws, no matter what the cause is, the first 2 cars involved are the ones that get EOL'd. He chose to have it reviewed post-race, and it was found that he was part of the cause of the caution. He was EOL'd, so he was given last truck on the lead lap at Bristol, so that's going to fluctuate the points by about 5. So let's take a look at what's coming into today's race. Greg Holt, who had a rough day on the dirt at Bristol, lost a lot of points, but he's at a 33-point margin, which is still a very healthy margin. But heading into a short track, again, anything can and almost anything will happen. Joseph Causey, 33 back, took advantage of some of Greg Holt's misfortunes at Bristol. Steermite Stutzman, 52 back. Brad Bothwell puts it up 4th in the point standings on the 8 back. Devin Smith, 5th. 104 back. Tyler Markle, 6th. 109 back. Kyle Lingerfelt, again, 7th, tied with Kevin Thompson there in 8th. 118 back. Theron Elam Jr., the Bristol Dirt Race winner, 120 points back of point leader Greg Holt, and James Gilliard rounds up the top 10 at 128. But Devin, what also took a huge shakeup is this playoff cut line, and you see like a name Seth Fitzpatrick, who was in the top 5 in points just a couple weeks ago.
That's right. He had a very bad showing at Bristol Dirt. He's sitting on the bubble right now, but ahead of him in 11th is Joshua Landfox there. He's 7 points to the good right now. A little close for comfort as we're getting into the meat of the season where you really got to start making moves. Matthew Setzer is also right there just in front, 3 points up on the cut line. Fitzpatrick is the cut line now. Just outside, though, is Seth Berger. I mean, he has a win, so he's in technically if he can stay in the top 20 of points. And then right behind him, his teammate Max Service is only 10 points out away from a playoff spot in 13th. Chase Miz there in 16th. He has a win. He won at Daytona, so he is good, but he started dropping down, and if he's not careful, he could find himself outside the top 20 really quickly. So he's going to have to start putting some races together here to stay in the top 20. Andrew Pratt been very consistent this season. He's trying to work his way up. Had a very difficult race as well at Bristol Dirt, one that he was looking to capitalize on, really couldn't do so. Then we have John Mickey. He is also quite a ways back. You know, we're starting to have the gaps for him here. He's about 41 points back from Seth Fitzpatrick in 18th spot. Then Brandon Richardson is behind him, 186 points back from our leader, Greg Holt, by now. And he is 8 points back of John Mickey, making him just, 19 points. Or sorry, 49 points back from the cutoff line, and then 190 points off of our leader, Greg Holt. And 20th is Josh McClune. So, yeah, some movers have happened, but maybe not moving the right way. I mean, some guys are falling back that probably don't want to be.
And again, there's a lot of names there that could use a good run tonight, especially on that second half of the points standings. And if they don't get it tonight, well, they're getting into a really tough stretch of the season. Some of them can hang a right, and we're going to have to see who can do that next week at Watkins Glen. You see the road that we've gone through thus far with the 7 different winners this season being Daytona with Jason Miz, Rockingham with Seth Berger, Homestead with Jeremiah Stutzman Auto Club had Joe Weaver, Phoenix had Joseph Cosby, Las Vegas Greg Holden, Bristol Dirt Farron Elam. Now we're at Martinsville. Kyle Lingerfelt won here last season, gave himself the opportunity to advance into the next round of the playoffs, put himself in prime position to compete for a Final Four spot. Granted, that's not what's on the line tonight here at Martinsville, but that kind of a run in a time of desperate need could bode well for Kyle Lingerfelt as he's coming off a rough race at Bristol Dirt. He did very well, was in the top 3 so much. The odds on favor coming into the race and involved in a late race incident. Did not have the motor to even try on that last restart, and then was also credited with last truck on the lead lap just to add more salt to the wound. Looking for a great run tonight there at Martinsville. Then the rest of the regular season. Again, we go from tonight at Martinsville, then Watkins Glen, New Hampshire, and Pocono the first half of the season, Evan. And I mean, you got a wild second half there as well.
Yeah, we start off with the Monster Mile in Dover. That'd be the 12th race season. Then we go to the 1.5 mile at Charlotte. Then we head to St. Louis and Gateway. And then we're going to go to the 0.78, or sorry, not the 0.78, the 7/8 mile Iowa short track. Then we get into the playoffs, and we're going to have three back-to-back 1.5 miles. They all run very differently, though, in Kansas, Kentucky, and Texas. Then we're going to head to the Roval, where we're going to go and turn a little bit of right turns in the playoffs. And then right after the Roval, no break there, we're going to head to a super speedway, then to Bristol, a short track. And this time it's going to be the asphalt version of Bristol. And then we're going to head to Atlanta, closing us out just like they did back in the 90s. For a good long while, they closed out the regular season, the regular season, the playoff championship race, what have you, at Atlanta. And we get to do that here in the Outlaws Sim Series, which is going to be an amazing race.
Absolutely. Couldn't say it better myself. And again, wild slate of races we've had to start the season thus far. And I'm not expecting anything less from Martinsville. Tonight's race is 200 laps. Stages are going to be scored at the completion of lap 40 and lap 90. Some things to watch out for. And yeah. So before we get too far into it, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll get some pre-race interviews on the far side of this break. Don't you go anywhere. This is Pit Stop TV's live coverage of round number 8 of 22 of the Outlaws Sim Series from the Martinsville Speedway.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Martinsville Speedway. We're here for round number 8 of 22 of the Outlaws Sim Series Gunman Trucks schedule, and the phenomenal venue, the paperclip-shaped half-mile of mayhem. It's going to be an absolute blast tonight. And again, a thrilling season thus far with 7 different winners, amazing racing, very clean racing, a lot of green flag racing. You know, I don't know what to really expect at a track like Martinsville in that regard. Before we get too far into it, of course, we got to shout out people who make things go around here at Pit Stop TV, and of course, those are our partners like Tucson Sound Art, your picture, your music. You provide the image that you want, and we will custom create a beautifully framed, high-quality canvas with a built-in Bluetooth speaker. With Sound Art, you get the best of both worlds. Visit TucsonSoundArt.com for additional info, and make sure you use promo code PitStopTV at checkout for an additional 10% off of your wall-mounted Sound Art device today. Ever wish you could have a race engineer on speed dial? Well, now you can, thanks to Race Pace, a driver development service and setup shop all in one. Work with Tyler, a real-world race engineer, to step up your game before your next race. Pick up pace with Race Pace. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy, and with locations in Auburn, Lewiston, Naples, and Saco, Maine, Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine owner Ashley Boyer is a certified micropigmentation specialist who provides professional, safe, and personalized services. Contact Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine at permanentmakeupinmaine.com, or you can call or text them at 207-358-8683. And Whiplash Media specializes in various sim racing resources, including paint schemes, stream overlays, iRacing camera packs, and more. The official graphic and camera provider of Pit Stop TV. And you can grab your iBroadcast cameras today at www.pitstoptv.com. And of course, we have to give a huge shout out to our friends at BAM Racing Videos, by a race fan, for the racing community. And Devin, you're going to bring in a driver that you've been wanting to talk to, a driver who had a very, very stellar start to the season on track and on paper, trying to put some runs to put it together. And I mean, let's not water it down. He got a couple of top fives with that as well. But again, a driver you've been wanting to talk to. How about this 31, Brad Bothwell?
Bring up Brad Bothwell here. Hey, Brad Bothwell, this is Devin in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, man? How are you feeling for tonight at the paperclip?
I don't know. I mean, I think we're going to be pretty consistent this week in times and everything, but I don't think I'll be getting any pole tonight, though. I really didn't work on a Q set for this week, so.
I was going to bring that up, too, and see if you could start your string again tonight. You had 4 in a row there, went for 5 in a row, but just not to be. But yeah, just, I mean, is it just something that you just really excel at, making the qualifying setups and just having that truck ready to go for that, that one, putting it all out for that one lap? Or, is it, like, how do you do that?
Well, when we were when I've been building these lately, we've been fast in the beginning of a run, which helps with the qualifying setup. So it's not hard to tweak it. I think that's why I was really successful in getting that many poles in a row. But now we're basically trying to get better in the longer run now. So I've been concentrating on that a little bit more and not worrying about the Q set as much.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, definitely. I mean, you've been making improvements. We've seen, even with the polls, going your way, it kind of went badly at Rockingham, and then after that, just slowly getting better and better. And then last week at Bristol Dirt, it wasn't like a normal race, kind of the wild card of the season, but you still performed admirably there. Is it just something you're looking forward to for the rest of the season? Just kind of keep that steady momentum progressing forward?
Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard to. I need to get one of these wins in here because, with 7 different winners, I think there's only 13 people that make it. So it's going to be kind of tough. So I'm going to have to pull a rabbit out my hat.
Well, if there's anyone can do it, I believe that you can. That lime green machine is pretty bad fast lately on the track. And we wish you all the best of luck. But before we let you go, I'm going to let you shout out whoever you got to shout out. Thank whoever you have to thank. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I just want to thank my teammates for putting in a lot of work. I mean, we test and test and test, and I don't know. And I want to thank you guys, the broadcasters. You guys put on one hell of a show. And I'd like to thank Adam and them for putting on this league. It's my first year in, and I've been really happy coming into this league.
Well, we are definitely really happy to have you, Brad, and good luck tonight. Good luck the rest of the way. Hopefully you can get that thing into victory lane tonight. We'll talk to you again on the other side.
All right, thank you. You have a good night.
You as well.
And again, that is driver of the number 31, Brad Bothwell, has got 4 pulls on the season. The driver I want to talk to, we talked to him at the end of Bristol Dirt, a remarkable 4th place finish at that. But Max, are you looking to back that up now, with, another short track, granted this is flat and pavement, for 5th on the practice charts? Do you think that speed is consistent enough to keep that truck up front? How do you feel about your chances?
We're gonna find out. We have no idea how this thing's gonna run in the long run. Me and Seth have made a lot of tweaks to it over the course of the 50 minutes of practice we've had. We've torn the setup down basically and redid it. So we don't really know how it's gonna go. We haven't ran more than 5 laps with it. But it seems pretty good. It seems relatively planted on the rear end, especially off exits, so we're not going to be tearing up right rears and then wrecking into corners later in the race, but we'll see. We're usually pretty good at adjusting on the truck if it doesn't drive good, so we should run pretty good and hopefully run top 5, the both of us, but we'll see.
I think that'd be nice to see for a team as a whole to get both of y'all up there and being competitive. You're looking at Seth, who already had the win this season at Rockingham, which is basically a short track. As a team overall, does that give y'all any momentum, knowing that Seth was able to get it done? He can kind of get tailored the truck how it needs to be, or because Rockingham's so different, you can kind of throw that out the window?
It gives us no momentum at all. Martinsville's so much different. It's pretty different compared to a lot of things. I don't think there's anything that's too similar that we're going to go to this season. So we have really no baseline, but we'll see how it goes. I think we have a decent piece here. I think it'll be all right.
You say it's not too similar, but everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people do. Devin brought it up at the beginning of the broadcast as well. Thinks that this track drives similar to that of a road course, the long braking zones, long turning radiuses, tight turning radiuses. Next week is Watkins Glen. I mean, this is a little tough stretch of races for you. You say road course is not really your thing, but with this uptick in practice, is this gonna put any momentum towards Watkins Glen, or you still got to run this race before anything like that is on your mind?
Watkins Glen. We'll see. I generally like road courses if I can get the front end to bite, but generally with the NASCAR fixed setups, they don't bite at all with the front end. So if I can get something to drive how I like to drive a road course, we should be all right there. But the same for this. If the truck doesn't drive the way I want it to, we're not going to run very good. I'm not exactly good at driving something that I don't like. But I don't know. I'm not a road course racer, not a dirt racer, probably not a short track racer, but I like them.
Well, you're shooting some runs together on the tracks that you say you really aren't a driver for. Looking at season overall, been a crazy season for the league overall with 7 wins, 7 different winners in 7 races. But for you, with the gauntlet of races we've had so far and the gauntlet that's still to come, how do you make of your standing so far?
All right, we've ran pretty good outside of Vegas. I think I've ran. I feel like it's a worst finish is 6 outside of Daytona as well. But obviously I haven't been here for 2 weeks, so the points don't show that. But we're slowly climbing the standings with these runs. I'd like to get a win. That'd help out a lot more than any of the points. But I don't know. We're running consistent. Generally, me running that is usually somewhere inside the top 10. So. We've got that standard to up here too. If we're running worse than that, it's just a terrible day. So, I don't know.
Well,
we'll see after tonight.
Well, there you go. Now we're getting close to qualifying time, so we're going to let you go. But before we do, we're going to give you the floor here to shout out whoever we're going to shout out. Thank you, whoever we're going to thank, putting you in this position to run tonight.
Gotta thank Blood Brothers, Liftworks, all the Burger Nation. They're probably all watching right now. They gotta cheer on their boy stuff. I feel like there's nobody else to thank other than that.
Right on. Well, Max, best luck to you in tonight's 200 lap up there at the Paperclip. We're going to leave you to it, and hopefully we'll talk to you some more on the far side.
Alright, hopefully. Thank you.
Right on. Again, driver of the number 81, Taylor Swift-inspired Chevrolet Silverado. Devin, we have a couple minutes left here in practice. Anybody you want to pull aside and maybe get one last word in with?
We can maybe talk to Mr. Greg Holt for just a second. He's sitting at the top of the practice charts. Maybe just prick his brain about how it's coming off Bristol Dirt and what he's looking forward to tonight.
You know what? Why not? Let's bring him on in here.
Hello, points leader Greg Holt. This is Devin in the booth. You got a copy.
What's going on, man?
Hey, not much. We just wanted to get a quick word here before qualifying, just to see how you are doing with the track. How the Paperclip is treating you tonight. It seems to be pretty good.
Yeah, we'll see. This is just a place of survival. It don't matter how fast you are if you can't keep the fenders on it. So hopefully we can survive.
I think that is the definition of this week is survive. The word of the week. But yeah, definitely want to survive. Now that we're past Bristol Dirt, a track that you didn't have the best performance at, how is the season looking the rest of the way?
I think we'll be all right. We'll try to pull together a string of good runs and just do our thing till playoff comes, and we'll try to shine. We'll see what happens.
All right, sounds good. We got about 8 seconds left, so I'm going to let you go ahead and thank whoever you got to thank, shout out whoever you got to shout out, and we'll let you get to qualifying.
Yeah, just thank Adam for putting the show on. Thank you guys for doing the broadcast, and shout out to everybody at Performance Sim Sport that put the work in the car this week.
All right, appreciate it. Have a good run tonight.
Thank you.
And again, that is driver of the number 3, point leader Greg Holt. And we're into the qualifying session now, and everybody's going to be going at it for the Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award. Track is now open for qualification trials, and nobody's taken to it right off the bat.
Yeah, with it being a night race, that's kind of interesting. Normally, the night race, you want to kind of go out a little earlier. Once the track cools down at night, it does tend to lose some of the grip. I mean, most of the grip happens right at the beginning of qualifying, and then as the track gets cooler and cooler, it loses some speed. So yeah, definitely. Oh, there we go. We got a taker.
Well, how about it? It's last week's winner. Out of nowhere, Theron Eliam Jr. in his 29th Outlaws Sim Series start gets himself a victory on the dirt at Bristol. And now looking to back that up tonight with a good run here at Martinsville. And again, putting himself into the playoffs with that victory. Give himself some momentum as we head into the second half of this regular season. And what better event to be able to get something done here at Martinsville. Of course, we'll go top of the charts as he's the only driver that's put a time on the charts thus far. Theron Eliam Jr. pole for the moment at a 19.671.
Yeah, and you kind of see the line he's running there. That's kind of where you want to be. You don't want to hit that red and white curb at all. It will upset everything. It'll shoot you up the track right to the wall, but you want to get as close to it as possible without hitting it, and then just take care of those rear tires off the turn. Make sure you're braking early enough in the turn. What you can do, though, in 3 and 4 is you can enter a little higher and try and drive off the bottom. So that is an option as well that I've seen done. I'm not sure how it is going to be with these open setups, but of course in the fixed setup races that iRacing has, that is an option. Kind of what Causey did there, although he's going to get loose with it and spin it. But yeah, man, that was that's bad for Causey right now, but he's got some other laps to try and make up for it. But yeah, that higher entry into 3 can work.
Right, again, these drivers are given 3 timed laps in this 10-minute time span to set the fastest time that they can to set the starting order for tonight's race. And how about it, returning to the series in his rookie season, driver number 45 out of Mexico, Julio Villalobos, will put it 3rd quickest, right over Kyle Lingerfelt, right behind Theron Eliam Jr. and current pole sitter Greg Holt, and that would be his lap. He'll pull it off the track now. We'll go ahead and find our way with driver of the 75, Andrew Pratt, working his way down to turn number 1.
Yeah, Pratt running that bottom line, kind of hugging where you see or looks like rubber is down the track, that darker black line. That's what you're going to see a lot of these drivers kind of run. That seems to be the preferred line, but some guys might try out some different maneuvers just to get around people. It is kind of hard to pass here during the race, so you want to set a good qualifying lap time, but you also want to have it set up to where you can get off of those corners the best and then set up that run down into the next turn. Looks fairly clean from Andrew Pratt here. We'll see what the time says.
We'll put it 3rd quickest in that number 75. We'll find our way now to James Gilliard in the 33. We know he can be a little aggressive, but I think this track can tend to that driving style. And James Gilliard, again, a very fast driver, bringing the speed a lot, working with Brad Bothwell this season as well to put some speed in these trucks, put some speed on the racetrack. Can it be reflected here in qualifying? Bothwell has entered the track, and Gilliard is on his way to complete his 2nd timed lap. Joshua Fox is taken to the track as well. He'll slap at an 8th right now. And that's it. Again, only 3 trucks on the track right now. Very quiet track in qualifying.
Yeah, very quiet. I mean, some guys maybe just waiting just to see where they, where their measure sticks are, where they need to go, what they need to be shooting for. And I mean, that's all good and fine. You don't want to wait too long, though. Like I said, the track can cool off a lot and then get you to where, there's no speed in the track. So, yeah, you got to be careful with that. Find that happy medium. 33 truck, though, a little bit slow there. He's going to put it in 10th, but he's almost a half a second off. Again, these are qualifying setups, so the race setup may be a little bit better for the 33. Brad Bothwell is right there with him in 9th. Just ahead of him, in 9th. And now there is Jason Miz on the track. Let's see what he could do. He's kind of running that higher line through 3 and 4 there. You can kind of see as he comes off, turn a little bit lower, gets up to the flag. Some people say that that's a little bit faster line. He does. He takes it up there very close to his 2 teammates. So yeah, maybe that little bit higher line of 3 and 4 is what these performance sim sports guys are going for.
And our Daytona race winner, proving that it's not just a fluke. He'll put it third quickest for now. Seth Berger has put it in fourth quickest. Our defending league champion in the fourth position and trying to get some more out of it. He's trending into green right now. What is Seth going to be able to do in that number 77 to the line? He'll actually, he won't improve his position. Tyler Markle will go fourth quickest. Seth now trying to get in here on this third lap.
Yeah, Marco's found some speed in that 42 truck. Oh, Seth's going to spin it. That's going to do his qualifying. Probably trying to push it too hard, but yeah, Tyler Markle, big run there. Put it in fourth place. Good starting position for him. Good to see. I mean, he's kind of been consistent all season, but he's been starting kind of mid-pack. Nice to see him up front for this race. Jeremiah Stutzman on the track now. He's going to loop it off of there. And it's really easy to do. I mean, you try to get on the power. You think if the sooner I get on the power, the faster I'm going to be. And it's just not true at some tracks. This is one of them. Like road courses, I mean, being more smooth on the throttle, picking up just a little later. I mean, and it's not like a lot later. It's just a hair. But in your mind as a race car driver, it feels like forever to put, to wait that extra half a second to put on the throttle, but it actually is a little bit faster. You gotta go slow to go fast.
I just want to give a huge shout out to the 6 of Daniel Park, who had just put it 5th quickest. I haven't seen that speed out of that 6 truck, I don't think at all in his iRacing stint. That is a very pleasant surprise. Welcome to the top 5, Dan. We're still waiting with 2 minutes, 45 seconds left in qualifying, but what a run.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone was expecting that. Dan Park, he has chose to sit out qualifying most of the races this season. And when he has qualified, he's kind of been mired towards the back, but big run out of him. Maybe trying to, starting to figure this iRacing deal out. I know that last season would have been his first season on iRacing, mainly a console racer for a long time. Was very good on the consoles, but didn't really translate over to iRacing immediately, but maybe he's starting to figure it out.
Absolutely. He was no slouch when we were still running on PS4, but again, the physics between the Heat games and iRacing are way too different. Not even any comparison between the two other than their race cars with 4 tires on them. That's about it. And I mean, Park was doing really good in that. He won races. We're going toe to toe with the best. And again, haven't really seen that translate to iRacing yet. A nice starting spot for now. We still have 90 seconds left in qualifying. Looks like nobody else is really going to take to the track. Actually, I stand corrected. We find a 55 of Jesse Adams in the waning seconds.
Yeah, pretty much if you want to set a lap, you have to go now. The laps do count off quick here, but with a minute 20 left, you're not going to get them all in, I don't think. So this might be our last qualifier for the
and he's going to put it in the
night.
wall.
Real tight off the turn there. Looks like he's going to keep going. Maybe I would have reset right there. You can reset. And we're basically resetting. We'll get you a brand new truck in qualifying, and then you can go out and try again. Something that's very different from real life. Once you hit the wall in qualifying, you're pretty much done in real life. But here, you can reset.
So give it one last go here on his final timed lap of the session. And the final driver to take to the track, we still have about 10, and he's going to loop it in 3 and 4, and Jesse Adams will be 19th of 19 qualifiers, and what are we? I think we're at a 28 truck field, so that still means 9 or 10 trucks did not take to the track in qualifying. And in the waning seconds, Devin, our point leader is the driver on the top of the pylon.
That's right. Our points leader, Greg Holt. We talked to him in the broadcast. Earlier in the broadcast, got his thoughts on the night. He is going to take it home, the Pratt Tile and Stone Award. Pratt Tile and Stone, serving Central Vermont since 2005. Congratulations to our points leader, the number 3 truck, Greg Holt.
And as the session timer ticks over, we are now into the staging for tonight's 200 lap event here at the Paperclip, the half mile of mayhem. And let's go through our starting lineup, shall we? And we'll start it off with, again, our point leader, driver of the number 3, Greg Holt. Starts to the inside of row number 1, if he likes to anyway. Joseph Causey will be alongside of him in the number 88. Row number 2, it'll be driver of the number 24, Jason Miz, and the 42 of Tyler Merkel will start in 4th. Row number 3, it'll be the 6 of Daniel Park, and the 77 of Seth Berger. Row number 4, the 75 of Andrew Pratt, and the 98 of Theron Alien Jr., last week's winner, trying to back that up, starting in 8th. And back in row number 5, it'll be the 45 of Julio Villalobos and the 65 of Kyle Lingerfeld.
Yep, and then road number 6 is inside Brandon Richardson in the 29 truck to his outside Joshua Fox in the 66. Row 7, we'll see Matthew Setzer in the 5 truck on the inside of Max Service in the 81 machine. Row 8 gives us Brad Bothwell, one of his worst qualifying performances of the season, in 15th. Outside of him, Kevin Thompson in 16th in the 89. Then we go to 17th is James Gilliard in the 33 truck. This is row 9. Jeremiah Stutzman will round out the outside of row 9 in the 71. And then row 10 is Jesse Adams in the 55 and Seth Fitzpatrick in the 20th.
Back to row number 11, we'll find Lee Goner, driver number 56, Adam Gardner, and the 18 of Joshua McClune in 22nd. 23rd will be the 32 of Jeremy Poole, and the 24th position will be the 69 of John Mickey. Row number 13, it'll be the 63 of Randall Barnett, the 96 of Matt Rogers. Back to row 14, Eric Peck, Doug Solms at the back of the field. Well, that's it. We only have 28 trucks in tonight's race. So 200 laps on the docket for tonight's event. Stages are awarded the completion, stage points to the top 10 drivers, and they will be awarded the completion of lap 40 and lap 90. The pace car rolls off, and these drivers will commence their 2 pace laps. Let's go ahead and take a look at the weather conditions heading into tonight's race. And a very cool track right now, 67 degrees Fahrenheit. These trucks, I think that's too cold for race tires. They really need a little bit more heat on the racetrack to really grip up and get that kind of turning you want. And especially at a track like Martinsville, they're going to be struggling for grip on those corner exits.
Yeah, they definitely can see some guys a little bit. We saw it in qualifying, if you get on the power a little too early, a little too hard, you can loop it. That concrete slab on the inside of all the turns, very slippery, especially at these low track temps. It might take a few laps for these guys to finally get that truck under them, but it'll be very exciting to watch for us up here at least. Probably not as much excitement to drive in.
Absolutely. With an air temp of 65.7 degrees Fahrenheit, these trucks are going to put a little bit of heat into the track, but I don't see that track temp going really high, anything higher than like 70, 71. Winds very calm, 2.5 miles per hour out of the northwest. And again, here we are in Ridgeway, Virginia. The field of 28 trucks, 14 rows strong. The iRacing.com safety car will find its safety in the pit lane. In the field, in the hands of current point leader, Performance Sim Sport, the driver of the number 3, Greg Holt, is going to lead us to the green at Martinsville. We had a stall truck or spun truck on the start of the race back in turns 3 and 4. It is the 25 of Eric Peck who went around early.
Yep, not too sure what happened to him. There was a big stack up as we got started there. Looks like the inside lane stacked up quite a bit. Might have just got ran into just from the stacking up, just spun around. Oh, there's a spinner.
Yeah, we have a spinner in the middle of the field. I believe that is Jesse Adams, who's gone around, looped it off with turn number 2. He will stay green, and again, cautions are triggered. Oh, and no, and Daniel Park has stopped.
Yeah,
He's
stopped
looped
at
it
a
out of
very
4.
bad spot. Yeah, very bad spot to have that truck. Nobody hits him. At least he's able to get it turned around. I also think the 81 truck of
we do have
Max
a caution
Service
on the
was
speedway
involved in that previous turn.
Max Service, he has dropped down to the 19th position. We're going to go ahead and try to figure this one out. We're going to go ahead and get a replay and see what exactly happened to bring out this first caution on the evening. We're going to find our way here with driver number 81, Max Service, and this is going back here in turn number 1. Again, hard racing. We're here in turn 3. Max Service to the outside of the 29 of Richardson. Turn number 4, see the 65 of Lingerfeld kind of checking up the outside lane. Massive checkup, trying to get his way in line. He was just not clear. Setzer was there, and Jesse Adams went to the inside to avoid him, and around he went. There's not a lot of grip in the grass.
No, definitely not. Yeah, it just looks like Service tried to put his truck down, maybe got the clear, and then just dove it down, and maybe he just was not clear. Then there's Daniel Park. Unfortunate for him, such a great qualifying, and now he gets around there.
Yeah, Daniel Park is going to have a lot of work to get back to the spot to get qualified in. And then, like I said, I mean, first of all, a beautiful truck he's sporting right now in that number 6. At the same time, oh my goodness, just ran over from behind by Andrew Pratt.
Yeah, it looks like the guys in front of him checked up. He checked up too, and then, eventually somebody is going to get into someone when you have that many checkups. Like I said, we're not going to have many clean trucks tonight, and quite a few already experiencing some troubles.
So working our way under the first caution of the evening early here at Martinsville, and kind of countering what we've had this season. You can say a couple of the outliers this season. Rockingham had 6 cautions, Bristol Dirt had 5, and Daytona had somewhere in that range as well. But the rest of the races this season have averaged 1, maybe 2 cautions a race. Very clean season thus far, and I know we're only on race number 8, but still. But here we come across the start-finish line. The choices have kind of been made. It looks like Kazi will be on the outside. A lot of trucks choosing the inside lane, just knowing how important it is to get down to that inside. You'll see Max Service coming from all the way in the back of the pack. He's coming forward quite a few spots.
Yeah, I mean, he was down at 19th. He's going to restart 8th? Maybe 10th? 10th, actually.
Maybe
Wow,
10th.
big gamble there for people not to jump up, but Max takes it.
You know what? That's part of it. Like we saw, the caution came out because Max Service was trying to find his way down to that bottom side of the racetrack, and he gained maybe like 10 spots. He was like 19th when the caution came out. He's now up to 10, so 9 spots just from the choose will be put in place and start finishing line. He looked at the outside lane as everybody in front of him from 11 on back to 11 that inside lane. He said, he's gonna try it again. So I think that's a bold move from the 81 Max Service.
Bold move.
But the iRacing.com safety car finds its safety in the pit lane. Once again, the field in the hands of Greg Holt. And off of turn 4, we are green once again from Martinsville. Off of turn number 4, Greg Holt will lead the first lap and first green flag lap the first green flag lap was back at lap number 1. But Greg Holt continues on, and looks like we're having a little bit of an issue with time and scoring there. But the order of drivers on your screen is correct. The intervals, not so much. But Greg Holt now opens up to a 4/10 of a second lead, and now Tyler Markle hounding the rear end here of the 24 Jason Miz for the 3rd position.
Yeah, Tyler Markle living up to his qualifying position, staying right with all 3 of the Performance Sim Sports trucks. He's right on them right now, trying to get away maybe and take that 3rd place, start chopping these guys off one by one. It's going to be kind of harder to do when you get on older tires. The truck isn't going to handle as good, so if you can get the run now, that's when the time is to make those moves. But yeah, so it looks like most of the guys in the field have figured it out now that we got some spacing. I mean, guys still battling in tight packs, but definitely spaced out a lot better this time.
Absolutely. And you see Tyler Markle already has rear end damage there. His tailgate is pushed in quite a bit. And the top 4 are broken away. Tyler Markle sticking with these Performance Sim Sport guys. The driver in 5th, Seth Berger, trying to keep some momentum up in that 77 truck. Looks like he's not able to.
Yeah, I mean, he could be backing up the turns a little bit, saving the tires for later in the run. We'll just have to see as the run goes on if it stays green. But he's not losing too much time, kind of running about half a line up off the bottom. That's a good line to run around here to save tires, especially if you're easy coming off the turns as well. That's the big thing, is just not burning up that rear right tire getting off these turns, because then you're just not going to be able to put the power down like some of these other guys will later in the run. Oh, Jason Miz gets way up the track.
I want to know if he was moved up the track, but Tyler Markle, his nose is clean, and he'll move into the final spot on the podium right now. Jason Miz will slot his way back into that 4th position. And now, how about this move? This is Farron Eliam on Seth Berger trying to get down there. A little bit of a shallow line. He'll have to check up a little bit more. He'll file back into the 6th position.
Yeah, and that's one good defense maneuver that you do have on the outside here. You can drive it into the turns very, very hard. Using that longer way around to get the truck slowed down in the middle of the turn, then you get down in front of the guy who you tried to pass you by pinching him off. Good defense there, but he'll have to keep that up. It does look like Farron Liam has a good truck tonight. He's going to take a look again. Not going to be able to do it here, but maybe if he gets a run off, have another shot at it.
Absolutely. We continue on, and Elam, he's following Seth Berger back up to that top 4. They broke away a little bit right off the start, but I think Seth trying to get his groove at this racetrack once again. And Martinsville, I mean, it's all about rhythm. It is so tough once you fall out of that rhythm. And I know it's a little bit different at the start of the race. You never really were in a rhythm, but he's trying to find it. Took him a little bit, but he's closing right up once again to the 24 now of Jason Miz. Again, punted back to the 4th position. Update on Max Service, who brought out, well, I don't think he brought up the first caution because he was not EOL'd. I believe the first caution was Andrew Pratt and Daniel Park. But Max Service, who went around in turn number 1 prior to that caution, because of trying to get down to the bottom side, has since gotten down to the bottom side, starting in the 10th position. Way up the track goes Kevin Thompson, but Max Service right now slotted in 11th.
Yeah, he was able to get back in line behind Bothwell there on the restart. Just kind of biding his time. It doesn't look like he has the fastest truck anymore after those contact and spin. It looks like there's some left front damage. Could be hindering his turn in. Just not letting him get into the turns as fast. Does look like the 2 truck is a lot better through the turns.
And we have a wreck that has brought out the caution here on the speedway. And I believe this one's going to involve James Gilliard. And we do have a caution on the speedway. We will get a replay here and to see what happened to the 33. So this is James Gilliard. He is right now tailing the 66 of Joshua Fox. They're going side by side into turn number 1. And Fox running an in-sync truck. Gilliard down at the inside, got the nice run through the center of the corner and just contacted off of turn number 2 between Fox and Gilliard, and Gilliard's the truck that's damaged.
Yeah, it looks like Fox tried to pinch him off the turn there. Not a really good move to make this early in the race, in my opinion. I kind of want to let the faster trucks go, see what you got, make adjustments on the next pit stop, get faster. Just a lot of laps to go right now to kind of make a move like that and defend that way. But that's what happens. Pinches him off the turn, and yeah, just nowhere to go. I'm not sure that Gilliard was expecting that, being pinched that early, and so he just kind of came up like normal and just spun it around. So unfortunate for both drivers. They're both going to get the EOL, I believe. So unfortunate there, but it doesn't look like we have any leaders kind of taking to pit road right here, Emerson.
Yeah, that being said, we're going to get the opportunity here to talk to one of the drivers in the race right now. The driver who's sitting second on the racetrack right now, Joseph Causey. And first, you're coming into today's race with a little bit of short track momentum. Again, a decent run at Bristol Dirt. But more importantly, you got it done at Phoenix, which is another flat short track. How are you feeling about coming into today's race, and how are you feeling now?
Feels pretty good. That's pretty good. Just trying to, keep the tires from not getting hurt too bad on this run. We don't want to try to go in and bury ourselves back there with all the mess. So just trying to play nice for right now. That way.
I'd say. So, at the beginning of the race, it was you and your Performance Sim Sport teammates 1, 2, and 3. Was that what you expected coming into today's race? The qualifying run of all you, I guess we can always expect Holt to be up there and you as well, but with Miz there to kind of give y'all a padded block up front, was that the plan? Was that going into today's race?
We didn't know if we were going to qualify good or not. I know my qualifying efforts, I've messed up both first 2 laps. The 3rd lap saved me. So I was just lucky to be up here, to be honest, I feel like.
Fair enough. Now you have Tyler Markle up into the 3rd position. Is that anything that you're looking at in your rearview mirror, or is it too early to really cater to that? If he gets, I guess, the run, or if he gets into you, are you going to just let him go, or what are you feeling here?
Hopefully you don't, push me up the track and we go up and towards the wall. So hopefully we'll be all right for that. Just hopefully we'll race it clean and, we'll hopefully stay in 2nd here.
Well, looks like y'all are getting ready to go. We're going to give you the floor here to shout out. Whoever you're going to shout out, thank you. Whoever you're going to thank. Or putting you in a position to succeed thus far.
If my dad and my aunt are watching, hello to them. And hopefully we can bring this one home.
Right on. We're going to leave you to it, driver. Best luck to you, Joseph. And hopefully we'll talk to you some more on the far side.
All right. Appreciate it, Emerson.
Again, driver of the number 88, the driver currently 2nd on the racetrack, Joseph Kazi, has to deal with his very quick teammate. And again, the 2 that are leading right now are somewhere in the range of 500 laps led on the season. There's a reason why these 2 are up here. But man, we haven't seen them go toe-to-toe.
Well, we're getting to see it tonight as they're about to come back green. It's been a pretty good race between them so far. We'll see if they can keep it up.
Absolutely. Another thing to consider is stage points are looming at the completion of lap number 40. As we go off of turn number 4, Greg Holt will lead us back to the green. We're racing lap 29. Greg Holt now opens up another 4/10 with a 2nd advantage over the 88 of Joseph Kazi. Seth Berger slots himself into 4th as he's cleared by the 24 Jason Miz, and the battles go on further back. How about Brandon Richardson inserting himself into the top 10, tailing the 98 of Farron Elam Jr. And we got a little bit of contact going on in the back. Matt Rogers, the 65 of Kyle Lingerfeld, looking like drivers in trouble. They all keep their trucks straight. But back into turn number 1, we got a gaggle of trucks coming through the corner.
Yeah, it looks like the guys got stuck up into that last turn and just all kind of jumbled on top of each other. The 65 and the 18 really were pretty much one truck there for a minute. Definitely not something that they wanted to do, but oh man, that's going to hurt both trucks. They lost quite a bit of positions right there.
Absolutely. Matt Rogers still feeling the effects of all that craziness, if you will. Tyler Markle now putting on the fight for the 2nd position, just as I was mentioning to Joseph. Tyler looking like he has the pace, the short run pace at the very least. A little bit of left rear damage there for Tyler. I can't imagine that was from Seth, was it?
Yeah, I don't think it was, but Seth himself has some rear end damage as well. We could see the 42 truck getting a little impatient with the 88, put the bumper to him on the last turn. This turn, he's right there again. It looks like he's trying to run that higher line into the turns and then get that run off of the turns. It's about a half a lane higher up the track than anyone else up there at this point in time, but it's working for him.
Looking off the tailgate here of the 88 of Joseph Kazi. Now he opens up a little bit of an advantage to Tyler Markle. Down the back straightaway. Tyler trying to get that entry. But Joseph looks like he has the forward bite on the exit. He'll be able to gap him a little bit. That time Tyler stays with a little bit better. Back into turn number 1. And again, this is the battle for 2nd. And we're looking at it for the end of stage number 1 coming up in a few laps time. We're working lap 36 of 200. Stage 1 will be awarded. Stage 1 points will be awarded at the completion of lap number 40. Greg Holt starting to open up a little bit of an advantage. Seth Berger had a purple sector 2 on the racetrack, and well, if you don't really know what that means, he just ran through 3 and 4, the fastest that any driver has tonight. Looking pretty sporty, but it was not fast enough for the fastest lap, so something must have went on in turn number 1 to negate that.
Yeah, he's down pretty running some quick laps with that truck behind him, Jason Miz. He is the one with the fastest lap so far. He set that a little bit earlier in the race when he was running in 3rd place, I do believe. So that's not the fastest lap. Currently, you know, that was the fastest lap back at the beginning of the race on newer tires. But both of these trucks are still running really good, nose to tail, in 4th and 5th, trying to catch up to these top 3. It looks like they're making a little bit of headway. Ooh, the 5 truck having some issues.
And Matthew Setzer went around off of turn number 4. We'll grab a quick replay and see what happened to Setzer. He was right behind the 29 of Richardson, up inside the top 10. Down in the 20th position at the moment. Seth Berger has just been passed by Jason Miz, but right here off of turn 4, it's just a simple solo spin. A little too much throttle application on the exit of the corner, right as the truck is the lightest, and well, around he went, but the nose is going to suffer because of it.
Yeah, and that damage is going to hurt. That was a pretty good impact to the inside wall. Not going to have the same speed in that truck that he had earlier. But yeah, there's Jason Miz getting around the 77 here. Good dive bomb into the turn. Oh, slid up a little bit, but is able to keep it down. Good power off, stays right on him. He's going to have the advantage getting into turn 1. A little loose there. Good battle between these two, it looked like, for quite a bit.
Yeah, it looks like Seth got the upper hand there, and the stage results were tabulated there while we were watching the replay. By no surprise, Greg Holt, the winner of stage number 1, but maybe not so solidified for stage 2. Joseph Causey has made a rally back to the tailgate at the 3.
Yeah, Causey set back a little bit on that restart. He's now back right onto the tailgate of his teammate there, wanting to take over this lead a little bit, maybe get some laps led. He hasn't led one yet. It's been a Greg Holt show so far. And oh, there's a caution. I just heard it on the radio.
Oh, no,
Caution
and Max
out.
Service is around again. Joshua McClune, Max Service facing the incorrect direction on the front straightaway. And we're going to go ahead and get a replay and see what happened to bring out our 3rd caution of the evening. And a little bit of a slow start here to the Truck Series. I'm sorry, the Outlaws Sim Series trucks at Martinsville, and this is Max Service battling Andrew Pratt right behind Kyle Lingerfeld. And again, this is a little rough patch of drivers here. Lingerfeld and Service have not had the best of races off of turn 4. That's the oh, bigger contact there with McClune. Daniel Park was right there as well. Oh no, I think McClune just got clobbered there as well, potentially by Joshua Fox. Front straightaway potentially blocked in this one.
Yeah, that's a big hit there from the 18 taking. You can see the damage on the left side of that truck. Oh man, some very, very bad luck for the 81. Ever since he kind of got that clear early in the race, it's just not been there for him. He's kind of been mired here around 20th spot, and just not able to make up any head ground. It looks like him in the 75 just going for the same room there. The 18, oh right. Oh man, yeah, just he's trying to get out of the way, but trucks are going all over the place trying to stay out of it, and it's just nothing you could do there. Guys trying to get out of the way, guys are trying to miss him, and it happens sometimes. But looks like we had a different strategy here. 88 choosing to stay out.
Yeah, Joseph Causey, the driver who stayed out under this caution, and somebody has hit the port cone there. We're going to step aside real quick, and we'll be right back on the far side with the restart here from Martinsville.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? SoundArt gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas, and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
Months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
SoundArt introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of two products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. SoundArt ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Welcome back to the virtual Martinsville Speedway. We're here under caution once again. There was another incident that happened there that brought this one out. This one involving a 31 of Brad Bothwell. And get a replay and see what happened. Brad Bothwell, massive damage to the nose of his truck. And here's how it happened. Actually going to catch it a little late there, so we'll try to queue up that replay one more time for you. We're having a little bit of trouble with the replay there.
Yeah, he blinked out. He got stuck in the wall and blinked out a bit. Then he looks like he towed. So probably just some glitch issue there. Unfortunately, but it does look like the 6 truck and the 31 truck kind of got into each other, getting into the first turn, and then both of them just kind of drove up into the wall. 31 got stuck in the wall.
Yeah, not entirely sure what happened there as far as this caution. Looks like we'll be able to get a view here and see how this went down. This is from the restart here. This is Daniel Park and on the restart. He's on the outside here, and he's racing Brad Bothwell. You see Kevin Thompson there to the inside, and a little bit of jumbled up back here. Dan Park trying to get queued up here, and there they went green. This is the restart, by the way, that happened while we were under the break. Joseph Causey maintained the race lead and the advantage out in front, and back here. Oh my goodness, just contacted there by the 89 of Kevin Thompson, and Brad Bothwell is stuck in that wall.
Oh yeah, so big contact there. We've seen that, you know, guys misjudging braking points of other drivers and just kind of get into the back of them. It can shoot that truck in front of you, just shoot it to the right. And that's unfortunately what happened. It looks like the 6 truck, just an innocent bystander, nowhere to go in that situation. Man, a great qualifying night from that 6 truck, kind of just ruined by a couple of cautions, a couple of incidents here, and man, you definitely don't want to see something like that happen to a guy who definitely deserves to kind of, you know, have a good night.
Yeah, it was looking so good for so long for Daniel Park. Well, so long relatively, but Daniel Park again starting in 5th, one of the best qualifying attempts I've ever seen him put on in this league. And all for naught, he's down in 23rd position, 5 laps down, a severely damaged truck at that, and it's just not going well. But we'll get another crack at it once again, and this is an unusual sight for the Outlaws Sim Series. Not this many cautions back to back is not what we're used to, but on lap number 56, starting 57, Joseph Causey will lead us to the green here at Martinsville.
Oh no, and then we're gonna have some.
We have a wreck in the back, a huge wreck. Turns 1 and 2 is a junkyard. Farron Elam Jr., one of those involved. John Mickey is as well. Several trucks have towed. This is in the heart of the field. We'll get another caution. This one being brought out immediately, and wow, this is not going to plan.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone saw the Martinsville race from the actual truck series, this is looking very similar to the real life truck race that happened last year at I think it was earlier this year, or was it last year at Martinsville? But the last truck race at Martinsville, whatever it was very similar to this. You know, they had a decently green flag run. One caution kind of came out, and then it was just a slew and pretty much a bloodbath of just wrecked trucks, cautions.
What was that?
A big dive bomb there. That was, yeah, that's not the time to do something like that. You can't take it 3 wide at Martinsville.
That is ambitious, to say the least.
You can't go 3 wide at Martinsville.
that move was going to be the move to work out on lap 60 or lap 57 of a 200 lap race. I do not quite know the move there. Trying to send it 3 wide with a truck to his inside and just destroyed the 42 to his outside. Got clipped from the quarter panel, now spun sideways on the racing line. Takes out a lot more trucks. That is not a good look for last week's race winner.
And that ruins another guy who qualified well. Kind of puts him in a bad predicament. That's Tyler Markle, having such a good run, was challenging these performance sim sports guys for this win, and just all for naught here. It looks like the restart kind of got jumbled up here. The 88 doing a great job. Looks like the 3 truck was trying to kind of guess when he was going to go, guessed wrong, and that stacked up that outside lane. And then it looks like Elam just kind of set it there. And
Stutzman, Solms, Mickey, Barnett. Not too sure that Adams didn't get moved.
Yeah, I don't think that move was ever going to work out. But yeah, a lot of big names in this league taken out in that one. A lot of hurt trucks. I mean, we did say there wasn't going to be a clean truck in the field tonight, and it doesn't look like there will be. I mean, the first 2 trucks are kind of clean, but after that, it's a lot of a little bumper here, a little fender there.
I don't think this count is quite accurate. I think we've had a little bit more than 3 cautions thus far, and lead changes, that number will be off just by virtue of what's gone on so far. But Greg Holt, the driver who's led 44 laps today, is restarting in the 2nd position. He's elected the outside lane for this restart alongside teammate Joseph Causey. And again, Causey's staying out here on an alternate strategy, one of 2 drivers who went out this long, and he's making it work for what it's worth. Tires don't mean that much when everybody's running the exact same line, but at the same time, when's the crossover going to be that maybe Holt gets the advantage? You'd expect it to be now, but with not running too many laps on the restarts as well, it's putting more heat cycles on Causey's tires, but how much of an advantage is that going to give him, or disadvantage is that going to give him? How much of an advantage is that going to be to Holt?
Yeah, I think Holt needs a couple of green flags. After 2 or 3 green flag laps, he should have the advantage, being on those new tires. Actually, Causey is the only one on this original set of tires. He has not pit in the race so far. Everybody else has already come down for at least 1 stop. Some guys for 2, but the pace car's off.
The iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety in the pit lane once again. Joseph Cause has been toying with the later starts here as he waits till everybody's on the straightaway before he lets them rip down the Martinsville front straight. We're green once again from the paperclip. Joseph Causey's advantage into turn number 1, a couple and a half tenths over Greg Holt. Jason Miz has slotted himself back into the third position, and Brandon Richardson trying to put himself into the fourth position, going at it against last season's champion, Seth Berger. They're going at it toe-to-toe down the front straight.
Yeah, they've been at it pretty much since the green flag fell on this restart here. Finally, it does look like Seth Berger's going to win out. His truck is getting very good defense on that outside lane. He's able to run that line, get good corner exits, and stay in front of guys. But yeah, he's got some work to do now. All Performance Sim Sports trucks are now back 1, 2, 3. So if he wants to get up here for this at the fastest lap, that'll definitely help.
That definitely will help indeed, but he's now tasked with finding his way around the 24. Jason Miz once again. Matthew Setzer has cleared his way into the 9th position over Seth Fitzpatrick, and Fitzpatrick trying to put together another good run. He's fallen from inside the top 5 in points to on the playoff cut line, and at that, with Seth Berger being outside the cut line because of his missed starts, at the moment, Fitzpatrick would technically be out of the playoffs, so trying to string together a run to put himself back in after a stellar start. Seth Fitzpatrick needing this run, needing to at least stay in the top 10 to keep himself relevant in this, in his battle to make the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. And he's got to string together some runs. I mean, we're to the meat and potatoes of the season. Before the playoffs are starting, you got to make your moves now if you want to get into the playoffs or if you want to stay into the playoffs. And being on the cut line, I mean, every race counts, and he can't have an off night pretty much at this point in time. He's got to make it count. Working in the top 10 would definitely help.
We're at it here, riding the nose of Greg Holt as he looks underneath his teammate, the driver of the 88, Joseph Causey, doing a phenomenal job on his 71 lap old tires. Continuing to do his thing, trying to get a little bit of a green flag run here. And if you're Holt here with a 40 lap advantage on your tires, how and when are you going to be able, we have spinners in the back, Kevin Thompson, Kyle Lingerfeld, those gone around on the front straightaway.
Yeah, and that's going to bring out another caution flag here. It's just been a plagued caution race. Again, very similar to the real life truck race here, just not able to break away from these cautions and get long green flag runs, but eventually we're going to have, too many banked up trucks where we're just going to have pretty much the leaders left. Just battling there, just tag each other in the rear and just went around.
Well, that is, that's going to be something. I want to hear Lingerfeld's reaction to that. That might be his reaction to that right there. Just a little bit of unhappy contact with Kevin Thompson there. We'll take another look at that and see what exactly happened from Kevin Thompson's point of view.
Yeah, Lingerfeld not too happy. Drives his truck right up to the nose after being turned.
So this is on board the 89. Kevin Thompson, the Georgia native, trying to send it up the inside of Lingerfeld. Gets into the tailgate once, twice, 3 times, spins him around, and, well, quite frankly, that's what happened. He just drove through him. Lingerfeld, understandably, not happy with the move, and will visibly show his displeasure on the racetrack.
Yeah, I think it was more so like the first hit, hey, I'm here. It didn't really get the 65 too out of shape. The second hit is what finally, did it in, turned him around, and I think that's what Lingerfeld is probably going to be most unhappy about. The first hit, not so much. The second hit, though, definitely is, that's kind of where, that driver is going to get upset because, just trying to gather the car back up after being hit like that, and then now you're going to have to deal with, starting in the back again after. I mean, you weren't having the best of runs, but now it just made it that much harder.
In all the craziness of this race, through all the incidents that have brought up this slew of cautions, which again is very uncharacteristic for the Outlaws Sim Series. Last season, full length extended series races, 2.91 cautions, the average per race. There's only one race last season that had more than 6 cautions, and that was at the National Fairgrounds, and they had, 15. Very unusual for a race to go like this. But in all that, also, we had to break in there to get our graphics reset. We have correct time and scoring on the screen for you all, so everybody's not X amount of laps down. Everybody is the correct interval from one another, so that can be something you can look towards as well. We didn't even go over the stage 1 results. That Greg Holt won that stage and Joseph Causey was second. At the time, that was pretty evident, but the rest of the results, not even close to what it's like currently right now, with Tyler Markle, who was third in stage 1. The choices being made here on your screen right now. Greg Holt electing the outside lane there. But Tyler Markle was third in that stage. Seth Berger was fourth. Jason Miz was fifth. Aaron Elam Jr. sixth. Brandon Richardson seventh. Seth Fitzpatrick eighth. Julio Villalobos ninth. And Kevin Thompson rounded out the top 10 for that stage. And at this point, we're 13 laps away from giving out stage 2 points. And we look at what we got here. We have Joseph Causey and Greg Holt. Again, the mainstays up front. Jason Miz, another driver. He qualified third. He's still in third. But from on back, Julio Villalobos in the 45 there in fourth. Seth Berger, Matthew Setzer, row 3. Then it's Brandon Richardson, Jeremiah Stutzman, row 4. And how about it there? Andrew Pratt and Doug Solms making up row number 5. Now, I think Doug Solms is 2 laps down. So he is not going to be competing for stage points, but he can make it harder on somebody who is.
Yeah, and it's just due to this choose rule. I mean, nobody chose the outside lane. We have a train on the inside and only 6 cars deep. What is it? 5 cars deep, excuse me, on the outside lane as we go for this restart.
Once again, the iRacing.com safety vehicle will find its safety in the pit lane, the field in the hands of Joseph Causey, and we are racing once again from Martinsville. And we have crashing in the back. It's a big 1 and 3 and 4. One of the drivers involved is Max Service, who has not had the best of nights tonight. Max Service's truck, it's a pink base, not looking, a purple-ish base. It's not looking too purple anymore with all the scratches and dirt on it. Max Service having a rough night.
Yeah, it looks a little more black and blue at this point, but I think he's not alone. A lot of trucks looking that way tonight. And this is just, you're not really sure what to say. I mean, you got to be aggressive on restart, especially on your tires.
Oh, no, this happened in front of him.
Yeah, it looks like he stayed out of it for the most part on that one. Just a lot of trucks there beat up. You could see them. But it looks like Tyler Markle back on track. He was kind of stalled out by this as well. But, I mean, you got to be aggressive on restarts. You got to get all you can with new tires, because once it gets old, it just becomes a train. It's really hard to pass. But
well, we will see here.
Yeah, we'll see on the next turn.
Andrew Pratt, James Gilliard going at it in 3 and 4. Gilliard just a little bit of contact. Gilliard was down there, but not really. And oh my goodness, nowhere to go for that white and black truck. Who is that? Is that oh my goodness, that was big contact there. That was not Thompson. Was that Fox? That was Joshua. No, that was not Fox. That was heavy contact for whoever just drove it. That was Joshua McClune. Oh goodness.
Yeah, his truck pretty much looks almost done, man. But yeah, just nowhere to go when a truck spins out right in the racing lane in the middle of the track. There's just nothing you can do. You just you hate to see anything like it, but yeah, you can't even see anything there with all the smoke. To compliment iRacing, they've done a great job with the smoke effects and the dirt effects on the sim so far when they started implementing it just a few months ago. It's very, very close to real life. When that smoke kicks up from spinning cars, you cannot see when you're in the cockpit, and it's very realistic, but also very frustrating because you just don't know where to go, and you feel like a real life NASCAR driver. You just gotta pick a lane and go for it. Most of the time, unfortunately, it doesn't work out, but sometimes it does. But on a track as narrow as this, you just pretty much gotta stop and hope no one runs over you.
Decent. Definitely not as fast as the front two, but got a good rocket ship underneath me.
Absolutely. It's been fast. You've gone toe to toe with Seth Berger tonight. You're making your choices right here. How has that been like? The battling, I know everybody's fighting for the inside, but the battling you've had to go through tonight.
Oh, the restarts are intense. If you get side by side out of two, it's a little crazy, but everybody's been real respectful. It's been fun. I'm really surprised because I hate this track, but I'm loving it tonight.
Absolutely. You have 115 laps to go, and this time around, how are you feeling about your chances to place this 24 where it should be?
75% hopeful. I don't see how I'm going to be able to get around Greg and Kazi, but I feel pretty confident about talking to you later on tonight.
I like that. I like that a lot. Well, driver, we're going to leave you to, but before we do, we're going to give you the chance right here to shout out whoever you're going to shout. Thank you, whoever you're going to thank real quick.
All right. Appreciate Performance Sims Racing. They're helping me out a lot, and always got to shout out the wife for letting me do this, and you guys for doing a great job.
Absolutely. We appreciate it. Best luck to you, driver. Hopefully we're talking to you some more later.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Driver of the number 24, Jason Miz, who we just heard from, and we are green from Martinsville. And another caution on the speedway. This one, James Gilliard goes around on the front straightaway, or back straightaway, and oh my goodness, that truck is crab walking.
Yeah, that might be the end of the 33's night. He's been pretty much all around these incidents and just not able to go. Oh my gosh, that truck is sideways down the stretch, or front stretch there, but. Let's see what happens. We're stacked up again on the restart here, like we should be. They get going green. It looks like that's nice and easy there. He tries to pull up on the outside. Oh, just sends it in really hot. But it stays out of people here. But see on the exit
it was
happens.
Teammates. Oh no!
Oh no! The 31 Lou's trying to put the power down on the high side. Nothing the 33 can do. Just wrong place, wrong time, and. Oh yeah, that truck might be done. Unfortunate.
Hi. Wow, and here's the real kicker. Brad Bothwell was several laps. I mean, he's upwards of 33 laps down, and James Gilliard was on the lead lap. This is definitely going to be something talked about between the teammates.
Yeah, so you can see he gets up in that asphalt, the 31 truck does. Gets up in that black part, that's the asphalt. The concrete is that lighter gray. So he gets up in that asphalt. There is marbles up there, and the marbles are turned on. And it acts kind of like if you watched the IndyCar race last week. I forgot where they were, but if you get out of that racing groove down the bottom, that concrete surface, it's really, really easy to get marbles and just debris on those tires, and it just spins you around. I mean, there's no grip, nothing like the inside. I mean, normally we say concrete is very slippery, but just because the asphalt is not raced on at all, It is so slippery up there. So that looks exactly what happened. And just when he puts the power down, it just goes around on him.
So what else has just happened is we just awarded the top 10 drivers right now stage points here at stage number 2. And again, cautions do not come out at the end of stages, but stages are scored under natural flag conditions. And I think this might be the first time all season that the stage has been scored under caution. So Joseph Cosby, the stage 2 winner, Greg Holton 2nd, Jason Miz 3rd, Julio Villalobos 4th, Seth Berger 5th, Matthew Setzer 6th, Brandon Richardson 7th, Jeremiah Stutzman in 8th, Matt Rogers 9th, and Kyle Lingerfeld will be the top 10, will round out the top 10 for the stage here at the completion of stage number 2. There still leaves over 100 laps remaining in this race. The field is doubled up, the choices are being made, and again, plethora of trucks electing the inside lane, but a few more choose the outside lane this time around.
Yeah, still not over half the field on the outside lane. It does look well. Maybe a couple more here chose it, but yeah, just not the preferred line at all around Martinsville. Like we saw the 31 truck, you get caught up there, put it in the wrong spot, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Working lap 93 of 200 here from the Martinsville Speedway. Joseph Cosby continues to lead on his original set of tires in this race, and I think that's phenomenal. And granted, there's been a slew of cautions that easily help him out, easily help him accomplish this. It has not been against easy competition by any means, going against the driver who's led the most laps this season and the current point leader, Greg Holt. And granted, they are teammates, but this is some tough competition to be doing this up against. The iRacing.com safety car will find its safety in the pit lane once again. We are going to be going green with 7 laps shy of halfway. Joseph Cosby, the race leader, leads us back to green at Martinsville. Off of turn number 4, we get through the lap cleanly. Greg Holt trying to find his way to Joseph Cosby's tailgate and trying to see what he can do about it. And for the first time in a while, Greg Holt's actually going to be unleashed and have a go at Joseph. He's trying to get the rotate through the corner. You noticed that there, he entered higher, tried to get the better exit, kind of a crossover exit. Couldn't do that. He's trying it again there. Look at him, enter higher in 1, trying to get the straight line out of 2, but he can't get there. Villalobos touches the wall, side by side for the lead, though. Holt can't get down there. He attempted to. He showed his nose, trying to pressure Cosby into a mistake. Jason Miz under heavy fire from Seth Berger. Julio Villalobos has fallen down to the 7th position.
Yeah, big restart there. That whole inside lane stacked up, and that's kind of what let Jose Villalobos challenge for 3rd place. Now we see Greg Holt, though, going for the lead. He has made it there. His nose is underneath the 88 truck. Not able to keep it, though. The 88 still good defense off the turn. Hard to imagine with that amount of tires, or the amount of tire difference, but he's still able to get the power down. Keeps it out front for now, but Greg Holt is not giving up. He's still in the back bumper, but going back to that 3rd place battle, Jose Villalobos got stuck up on the outside and just lap after lap after lap, it just wore him down, and finally off the 2. Jason Miz talked about it. Off the 2's kind of squirrely, and he was able to tag the wall. But this battle for the lead is still ongoing. Greg Holt trying to do everything in his power to get around his teammate.
And be it that, again, Joseph Cosby's no slouch. Again, he won a race before Greg Holt this season. But with nearly 50 lap older tires and going up against the point leader, you figured this would be a done deal quickly here. But being it's Martinsville, being we have the slew of yellows, Joseph Cosby is able to put on this phenomenal defense against probably the fastest driver of the series. We just tick over to halfway here, and Cosby, I mean, he's only got to do it 100 more times. But, Holt's going to look around the outside. And he does get the power down, Cosby does. I was expecting there to be maybe a yellow there, but Holt looked to the outside there, just trying anything, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, trying different lines, trying to see what happens. There's no real pressure from behind. He's got a nice little gap. I mean, it's not much, but in Martinsville term, it is a gap back to third place. And his teammate Jason Miz, so he's trying what he can to figure out a way to set up this pass on the 88. Like we said, when tires start to burn off here, cause it got a little tight in that turn, but three truck not able to take advantage. But it's really, really hard to pass when that truck stays glued to the bottom, and you're not able to find a way by unless you move them. I mean, that's what we've kind of seen here with all the series. When you want to get by somebody at Martinsville, you move them out of the way. I don't think Holt wants to do that to his teammate halfway into the race, but he is being held up quite a bit, and that's allowed Seth Berger to catch back up at fourth.
Again, we've seen Performance Sim Sport trucks make contact in previous races, and around goes Greg Holt! Oh my goodness.
Oh, and he gets hit.
Oh no. Oh, and that's terminal damage from Jeremiah Stutzman's truck. This is huge, and we're still waiting for the caution call potentially. It might be out actually. Oh my goodness.
It just got thrown, I think. Yep, there it is.
Well, let's take a look at the replay. We saw a lot of it live. Greg Holt just trying his hardest to not run over his teammate on 50 some odd lap older tires. The rear end comes around, I'd imagine from too much rear brake. Holt just trying to keep that truck up there, and oh no.
I was getting some radio contact there. Holt was concerned that he was going to be sitting there for a while, saw the opening, tried to get down. Stutzman did not see him. It is kind of you can't really see around the turns. The wall is really close to the track. So when you're going around that turn 1 and 2, you cannot really see around the turns. So when when Stutzman came around the turn, he did not see him, just ran right into him. But I mean, there's really nowhere to go. You're running your line, you're running your race.
Oh man,
yeah, that's a big hit. And then now the 71 is done. Yeah, terminal engine damage. It looks like smoking bad. Man, and that was our pole sitter, our fastest truck of the night. Just trying to set up the 88 truck and trying to find a way by him, and he just overcooked it.
So here's what Jeremiah Stutzman's on right now. Pit stops are going on. Lisa Joseph Causey, he has made his way down the pit lane, and
he just came in front of him.
Hey.
Oh yeah, so he did see him. The 3 truck just came down. He was trying to hold it down there, the 71, and the 3 truck just came down.
I can't imagine Stutzman will be too pleased with that move. I'm sure it'll be talked over. They're in the same Discord, so that's another thing to think of. But pit stops have happened. The race lead has now turned over to the 89 of Kevin Thompson, who we see on the pit lane. This turns over the race lead now to the 55 of Jesse Adams. And look at that thing leading.
Hey, get your laps led when you can. Bonus points are bonus points, right?
Right. I'm more making the comment. Look at the condition of the truck that is currently going to lead the field to the green.
I wasn't going to say anything. I think most trucks look like that tonight so far. So, I mean, that just looks like a Martinsville truck to me.
This is fair enough. Joseph Causey's truck, for what it's worth, looks very clean. I think he came down the pit lane at that time around, and I can look. Everybody's come down the pit lane on the lead lap besides Jesse Adams.
Yeah, it looks like everybody pit except the 55 trying to get some laps led. Maybe trying to get out of the mire of that midfield, see what his truck can do up front if he puts it up in the front. I don't imagine he's going to have much for that 88. It's just really quick. But you did see what the 88 truck did on 50 lap older tires than the rest of the field. So who knows? I mean, it could be very interesting.
But here's the thing to consider, that he's on only 19 lap old tires. But who knows if he has, RPMs diminished in that vehicle. I guess only he knows, but it'll be interesting. He likes the inside lane as well, so he's going to be going for it. And he's looking to go toe-to-toe with the driver who's been dominant today, Joseph Kazi.
Yeah, something interesting. We see the 77 truck came out in 3rd place on that caution. During those pit stops, he came out in 3rd. He chooses the outside lane, knowing that 55 truck doesn't look the best. It is on old tires. He chooses to stay behind the 88, maybe see if he can follow the 88 into maybe 2nd place here and then challenge that 88 for the lead. Miz, though, stays in 3rd. He's going to stay right behind and stay on that inside lane, which is preferred. Only, it looks like 5 trucks again up on the outside.
Interesting to say the least. Seth Berger elected the outside lane, but he, again, understanding the quality of the 55 truck's health, that is leading the inside lane. This is going to be interesting. I do not know what to be thinking here if you are the 24 Jason Miz. And I guess he doesn't really know either, but you know what? He's only got another corner to dwell on it, because the iRacing.com safety car will find its safety in the pit lane once again, and it'll be the 55 of Jesse Adams leading us back to the green at Martinsville. Oh my goodness. He just dropped straight through the field. Like weight just falling down. Everybody is overtaking him to the outside, and he's just getting split. This could cause an accident.
Yeah, they're saying that the restart's under review now as well. It just didn't look like the leader got
contact!
contact
It did cause an accident. Around goes the 75 of Andrew Pratt, and in front of what's left of the field, Tyler Markle's going to be involved.
Greg Holt involved.
I believe Matt Rogers involved as well. Matt Rogers' truck is destroyed.
Markle's truck engine is blown.
I know that there's no clause or rule about something like this happening, but I think there's got to be a gentleman's rule at that. That's not okay.
Yeah, it looks like he tried to pull down to get out of the way of a lot of guys, but when you get to the turns here, it's just so narrow. 3 wide getting in there.
I'll say that's not necessarily his fault, but this doesn't happen if he's not there. This is, Pratt just trying to work his way by him as soon as he could, and everybody nearly wrecked as a result of it. Again, I know it's the faster truck's responsibility to find their way around, but that's a hazard. That is a track hazard.
It definitely is, but at the same time, 55's on the lead lap, trying to get all he can. So you take the gamble in that situation. It doesn't work out. He does see he pulls down to the inside, trying to let guys by. Again, it's a very narrow track. You gotta stay down. You see Miz gets a lot of room up on that outside. And when you're trying to get down that low and stay down and you have engine power, sometimes you misjudge your braking. So he got up into the 75, but sometimes also, even if the truck is that slow, you got to be patient. And it's really hard to exhibit. You might lose some spots, but you avoid being in a wreck like that. So you got to take the risk, first reward. But man, that was a very interesting restart, and I'm still hearing it's under review on the radio. So I'm not sure what they're reviewing. I don't know if the 88 kind of jumped the start, or if any of the other trucks, maybe it was like a jackrabbit start on the 55. I'm not really sure what they're reviewing, but I do know that the restart, the previous restart, is under review.
Well, with that being said, we're going to take this moment to take a break here from the Martinsville Speedway, working under yet another caution. Joseph Kazi, the race leader. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go side by side.
SoundArt introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home by combining the best of 2 products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Welcome back to the virtual Martinsville Speedway. Joseph Causey, the race leader. The choices have been made. We just got this caution extended yet another lap. And Devin, any word on if the restart's been reviewed?
I haven't heard anything. I'm not sure they're still reviewing it since there's no decision. I was listening while we were at the break. Nothing came about, so if I don't hear anything, I believe then they're just going to say that the restart was legal. It did look like the 50 type tried to get off the line and the truck just did not go anywhere. So I think they were saying that the 88 may have jumped it, but I think the 88 was going off of the 55. I took a look at it myself. It does look like the 55 tries to take off and the truck just does not have the RPMs that the other trucks did, or he missed a shift or something, and it just didn't go. So yeah, we'll see here when we get to this restart though.
You can only do so much with a truck that damaged. We are back to racing here at Martinsville. It's Joseph Causey, the race leader. Seth Berger and Matthew Setzer are going at it for the second position. Seth Berger with the inside, trying to find his way into that spot. Matthew Setzer fighting hard on the outside, though. This is one of the most spirited battles I've seen from the outside lane. Setzer trying to pin him down. Berger with the run off the corner. And how about Brandon Richardson into fourth?
Yeah, big battle there from Seth Berger. He showed that his truck can do good defense on the outside, also showing that it can do good defense on the inside as well.
Villalobos is loose.
3 wide into the turn.
Oh, contact and more wrecking behind. Joshua Fox goes around. Seth Fitzpatrick is wrecked in turn 4. Joshua Fox goes around in turn 3. Seth Fitzpatrick gets it going. I don't think there's a yellow yet.
Yeah, I heard them trying to call it out, but it seems like we're going to stay green. One truck self-spun, the other truck a little contact. But yeah, we're staying green for now. The 88 truck has his rear view mirror full. That 77 truck's right on him. This is the closest that Seth Berger has been to Joseph Causey all night long. He can smell the lead. He wants it.
Something amiss with Brandon Richardson, who may have lagged out of the session from the top 5, and that has got to hurt if that is true. He's still not reconnected to the session. Oh no. At this point, Brandon Richardson has appeared to fallen a lap down just due to not being able to cross scoring loops connected to the session, and that's gotta hurt. He was within the top 5. It was a stellar run going for Brandon Richardson. And
I just got the notification Brandon Richardson has disconnected from the server due to packet loss.
Oh man, just out of his control as well. That's gotta that one's gotta sting.
Yeah, having such a great run, especially at a tough track like Martinsville, where we've had such a very different pool of luck between these drivers and what's been going on with these drivers. And man, yeah, just to have it in the top 5 here would have been amazing for his playoff run and playoff chances, but just not to be. And as we're getting down to it here, you know, all of these races where that's something like that happens hurts so much. But there's still time. He can still make it up and have a good run next week. But he's got to be on his A game from here on out. More than likely.
So there's been basically a top 3 breakaway. It's Causey and Berger leading. Matthew Setzer half a second behind, and then Jason Miz, he's back nearly 4 seconds of race leader Joseph Causey. Another 3 seconds back, you'll find Kevin Thompson. Is this just how destroyed this field is?
I believe so. I think the top 3 trucks are probably the most clean trucks in the field at the moment. Everybody behind them has some damage in some sort of way or another. Jason Miz kind of getting to a couple of trucks on that restart, kind of got mired back and was beating and banging with some guys during that restart, so that kind of hurt his truck a little bit. You see he's still falling off the pace. But yeah, it looks like the 88, the 77, and the 5 are just that much better, that much cleaner. And I did mention it early in the broad, you know, when we first started, the opener there, that if you can keep the truck clean, you're going to have a shot to win it, and that seems to be what's happening right now.
All right, Joseph Causey's truck is contact between Kevin Thompson, Julio Villalobos, and Kyle Lingerfeld. 3 trucks making contact, 2 going around. Oh no! Nowhere for Barnett or Service to go. They're going to run into the stalled and stricken number 45 sitting on the racing line on corner exit. The leaders are going to have to come to a complete stop, and the caution is out on the speedway. And Kevin Thompson goes around as well later.
Yeah, Kevin Thompson tried to get it back fired up. His truck was starting to do the crab walk as well. It looked like he spun it around again and collected another truck. I didn't catch the number on it, but oh man, it's just some tough racing for these guys. I mean, it is a short track, so I can't say that we didn't expect something like this to happen. There's just close quarters, very hard racing. You got to drive it in these turns. Like I said, you know, you got to outbrake the guy who drives like a road course. So, you know, to make the pass, you got to outbrake the guy that you're trying to pass. And sometimes it goes wrong and you slide up just like the 45 did there. Just nowhere. I mean, 2 trucks parked right in the middle of the way, and just, yeah, there's nothing you can do.
Man, just nowhere for Jesse Adams to go as well.
Just nothing those guys could do behind these teams. And almost backed down into another truck, unfortunately. But luckily, no damage from that one. But that truck having a rough night as well, whoever that was. But yeah, it looks like Villalobos just looks like he's a little loose in that turn. And then as they get down into turns 1 and 2, tries to dive it in and just slides up.
I mean, I know these trucks aren't handling to the best of their ability, so I can't fault them too much. He just missed the bottom, and I don't know if he ever could get to the bottom in this thing without, you know, giving up the entire race. I don't know. Very tough scenarios here for all these drivers. Villalobos battling with Kevin Thompson well inside the top 10. This was, I think, for 6th at that, and they go around, and Kevin Thompson getting a lot of damage from that as well.
Yep, and then one thing I can't say is, you know, we only have 9 trucks on the lead lap right now. And that's just from wrecks. I mean, it's not been a green flag run, which we normally see at Martinsville, where we get a lot of cars a lap down. Just, you know, the leader a lot faster and able to lap a lot of cars. And that's not what's happening. This is just from damage and guys trying to take repairs, guys getting caught up in wrecks and wrong place, wrong time. So, while it's not been a typical Martinsville race as far as Outlaws Sim Series Gunman Trucks is concerned, I mean, it's acting like a Martinsville race with the amount of lap down cars that we do have.
Yeah, it's starting to look like a typical Martinsville race here on the iRacing service. A lot of cautions, a lot of drivers damaged and out of the race and laps down. As far as the Outlaws Sim Series is concerned, again, we ran 5 short tracks back to back last season and did not have a stretch of race runs like this. Again, only 1 race had double-digit cautions last season, and again, just so surprised by the way this race has gone. This is not the pace of racing we're used to seeing at Outlaws. It's a little unusual for me to see this caliber of drivers do this, but it's Martinsville. It is a short track, tight quarters, 5.526 miles. There's not a lot of room on this racetrack. There's nowhere to go. The only way to pass people is to drive through them because everybody's single file. It's just the nature of the track, but it's still just so unusual to me.
Yeah, exactly, and it's just the nature of the track, like you said. To pass here, you have to set it up. More than likely, the only way you're going to set it up is to move somebody out of the way, and it's just the nature of the track. So, I mean, there's nothing really we can do about it.
Not a truck blowing up? Is that Max Service blowing an engine? Oh no.
I believe so.
And
he's on the lead lap.
Gonna take another truck off the lead lap. That's gonna leave 8 trucks on the lead lap, and out of that, not all of them are competitive.
Yeah, so they're not going to delay the caution there. Max Service gets down to pit road, gets out of everyone's way. Still not many drivers taking that outside line. There's not many drivers left, unfortunately, but the pack has dwindled quite a bit. I'm only counting 3 trucks on the outside lane. Is Seth Berger choosing that third, that inside lane gives Setzer a shot to maybe take the lead here as they come back to green, Emerson.
We will have to see. The iRacing.com safety vehicle is back into its safety in the pit lane, if that's even safe. The field in the hands of Joseph Causey again, and we're racing from Martinsville. Down the front straightaway we go. It has sorted itself out for the second position. Seth Berger out in front of Matthew Setzer. Jason Miz there in 4th. Kyle Lingerfeld trying to make the move into the 4th position on Jason Miz.
Yeah, Lingerfeld thought about it for a second and then backed off. Stays where he is for now. He's going to try and set up that pass a little bit later here. It takes about a lap to set up the pass completely. And then once you get it done, you pretty much have to do it if you're going to do it. Otherwise, you're going to have to take another lap to set it up again. But the top 5 here staying pretty close together as it is. I mean, Causey's lift has about a 0.4 second lead, 0.3 now. So kind of hovering at about the same spot, but a lot better than it was the last time for the top 5. A lot closer racing between these guys as well.
Right, and I think, to be quite honest, I think there's only about 5 competitive trucks left in this race. I know Jesse Adams is severely damaged. Seth Fitzpatrick is running off the pace behind him, and Matt Rogers is back there with Jesse Adams. So out of the 8 trucks on the lead lap, only 5 are really up here. Lingerfeld trying to find his way around Jason Miz, while Miz is tailing Matthew Setzer as they watch Seth Berger and Joseph Causey drive away. Greg Holt is down in 9th. He is the first truck one lap down, but even then, I don't know how competitive he's going to be because of the damage he incurred from his multiple incidents, just getting mired in the back of the pack. And I think this just shows that qualifying meant everything. And even that, Greg Holt started on a pole in this out of the race, but at track position at Martinsville means everything. We kind of knew this, but it's just being proven here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we said it during qualifying, you want to have a good qualifying run here. You want to stay up front if you can, because trying to work your way through the traffic is a nightmare in a track that drives like this, where you pretty much have to put the bumper in order to pass them. And we've seen that, guys trying to run side by side, guys trying to, get by guys out great. Their competitors, and it's just not worked out the way that a lot of these drivers wanted it to work out. They end up wrecking. So because of that, we're in the predicament we're in, where we only have about 5 competitive cars, maybe actually 4 competitive cars. Seems like Lingerfeld has fallen off pace quite a bit from the 4th place truck of Miz. But yeah, 4 competitive trucks right now, but Causey's opened up quite a bit of a lead on Seth Berger as we're taking a look here with, was that Kyle Lingerfelt, kind of running by himself about a second, maybe 2 seconds behind that lead pack.
Yeah, Lingerfeld has fallen off a little bit. I feel like this maybe he made more of a mistake than is damage and not able to compete. But again, I mean, the state of his truck will say otherwise. At this point, we can ride on board with Jason Miz and see how he's tackling this track as Matthew Setzer gets sideways in front of him, promote Jason Miz back into third.
Yeah, something similar to what we saw Greg Holt do. You know, you're just losing it in that turn, trying to put the power on, and as the tires get worn down, it gets a little bit looser at the end of the run rather than tighter. So you got to be careful with the power being put down, and if you put it down too hard or too fast, it will send it around. And man, good save by Setzer there, not to spin it at least.
Absolutely a great save from Matthew Setzer at VAT, and there's a battle going on for the lucky dog. Kevin Thompson has taken that lucky dog spot. Greg Holt now under attack from Julio Villalobos.
Yeah, Greg Holt's truck damaged from that impact that he took where he was kind of in the middle of the field and then got just pretty much T-boned by the 71 machine. So that truck is hurting. He was in the lucky dog, but he has lost it now. And all the cars are kind of spread out. We have some cars running side by side, but most of the field is spread out now, so we might get a little bit of a green flag run here maybe to the end of the race. There's only just over 40 laps to go, so we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here and starting to spread out quite a bit.
Yeah, to say the least. And I say that was a battle for the lucky dog. Greg Holt is severely off the pace along with Julio Villalobos. They're both about to get lapped the second time. Kevin Thompson, he's the only competitive truck that is a lap down for that lucky dog position. So Kevin Thompson looks like he's driving long away with that one. Coming around to 40 laps to go here from the paperclip, Joseph Causey has had a phenomenal day today. Has led 109 laps. The other 51 or so, about 40 something of those to Greg Holt, and a few to Jesse Adams under caution. That is about it. The Joseph Causey has not led tonight. Seth Berger behind, last season's champion, 1.2 seconds off the race lead right now, trying to make something happen, trying to get himself back into the top 13 in points. And though he already has a win on the season, he's missed a couple of races, trying to keep himself relevant in championship contention. And try to get some momentum on his side, I guess, as we head into the second half of this regular season. Seth Berger into the second position and now gapping a second and a half back to Jason Miz.
Yeah, and you can see Jason Miz's front bumper is quite banged up right now. That's from some contact that was happening on a couple of cautions ago on the restart. He was kind of in the middle of the pack, about 7th, 8th spot. And just kind of was beating and banging with some trucks to get through them, and just a little too much damage is really hurting his speed down these straightaways. So that's allowing Seth Berger to kind of get away. Berger's damage is on the rear of the truck, so that's kind of affecting him more in the turns, but he's able to still get it turned quite well. It looks like he got some of that damage fixed, but it's still dinged up a little bit, but it's not hurting that truck quite as much as if the front was dinged up. The only pretty clean truck in the field is our leader, Joseph Causey, at this time, and he is putting quite a bit of a distance here as he works his way through lap traffic.
And well, I said it last week, I'd be surprised if I have to say it again, but we just witnessed the current point leader, Greg Holt, get put a lap down. And this is a rough stretch of races for Greg Holt, being Bristol Dirt and Viss, and just imagine the points gap at the end of the night if Joseph Causey were to get it done. And also, we've had 7 different winners in 7 races this season. Joseph Causey is looking to break that tonight to be the first repeat winner of the season. That kind of momentum, plus closing the points gap on Greg Holt, could shift the entire momentum of the season.
It could, but I mean, if we look at the scoring charts here, Greg Holt, that was for 2 laps down on our points leader, but he's still in 10th place, even though he's 2 laps down. I mean, that just shows how many damaged trucks there are and just how far off the pace most of these trucks are now with all the damage that they have sustained. But yeah, he's still in 10th place. So, I mean, considering how bad his night has become, considering he was probably one of the favorites to put up for a victory tonight, I mean, he's still in the top 10. So, you know, you got to take your points where you can get them. But for a points leader, at least he has a decent points lead built up. So hopefully he can hang on to it here as we get it out of the short tracks and head to a road course next week.
So, if we look at it now, the gap has closed a little bit. I'd imagine, oh my goodness, Seth Berger will send it up the middle of lap traffic there. He'll get by the 6 of Dan Park, the 42 of Tyler Markle. Seth Berger closed the gap a couple tenths since we last talked about the gap. The next couple of drivers I want to talk about is the Dark Horse Racing trucks. The 5 of Matthew Setzer, the 65 of Kyle Lingerfelt. Do those names ring a bell, Devin? Maybe the two drivers that dominated last week and really don't have the results to show for it?
Yeah, I mean, the 5 was kind of running away with it, made a pit stop that we kind of questioned, was wondering what was going on, and then the 65 started dominating after that, and then he gets involved in a late race caution, gets relegated to the end of the lead lap cars, but we saw the 65 involved and the 5 involved in some early incidents in this race. They've been able to get some work done on those trucks and put them back in contention. Now they're kind of fighting for that top 4. The 65 has caught back up to the 5 truck now. Wants to put his truck into 4th place. We'll have to see. These two teammates will start battling it out. Kind of looks like a reminder of last week with the 65 trying to chase down the 5. Really exciting stuff from these guys, even though they're probably a little bit more hurt than they would like to be at this time.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? Some of these trucks look like they just came off 150 laps at the Bristol dirt track, but at that, Matthew Setzer went down the wrong pit lane. That was the reason for his extended pit stop last week. He had to serve a penalty for entering a closed pit. Still don't quite understand the move to pit, but to add more salt to the injury was he went down the wrong pit lane, and so theoretically give him entering a closed pit penalty. And Kyle Lingerfeld again, what do you say? I mean, he was leading the race, huge. I mean, half a lap lead over the rest of the field with 6 laps to go, and he gets into a wreck with his teammate just out of nowhere. It brings out a caution, and I get that. That wasn't necessarily what he wanted, because Lingerfeld probably could have gone back going and still kept the lead at that. But race control took the initiative with 5 laps to go to call a caution, because there's trucks sitting in the middle of the racetrack, and Lingerfeld ultimately was the recipient of a lot of damage and what should have been an EOL.
Yeah, he's not something that he wanted to see. He didn't want to see the caution come out, even that, especially because he was involved in it. So, I mean, there's just nothing you could say. I mean, it's just heartbreaking for a guy that was that dominant on dirt. The 2 dirt races that the series has done, where they have, been almost dominated by Lingerfeld, and he's won neither one of them. And it's just from, hard racing or just untimely luck. And, I mean, you hate to see it. I know Lingerfeld was really hoping to get that win, lock himself into the playoffs with that one. But just not to be. But he's putting himself in a good position in the top 5 here, even with a beat-up truck. So this would definitely do well for his points day, trying to get himself into the playoff picture firmly as we head into the last few races of the regular season.
Absolutely. Another last truck on the lead lap right now is the 55 of Jesse Adams, and unfortunately he was the other truck at the end of that ordeal. With 6 laps to go at Bristol Dirt, he lost control, I believe. I can't recall if he made contact with another truck, but he had an incident on the front straightaway and rejoined the racetrack in the middle of the racetrack in turn number 1. Kyle Lingerfeld had nowhere to go. It was not by intentional by any means, especially because they're teammates. But it's still that's gotta hurt, and the way that things transpired at Bristol Dirt just so rough. But what it did do is it put another Dark Horse Racing truck in victory lane, a Farron Elam Jr., who's currently out of the race tonight. But just the ups and downs of that team with Setzer and Lingerfeld dominating, to Jesse Adams potentially taking Lingerfeld out of the race, and Farron Elam getting the win. Dark Horse Racing had a wild night last Wednesday.
They did. I mean, just roller coaster of emotions. Some guys really upset, some guys mad, some guys disappointed, and then, you know, the joyous occasion of getting your first Outlaw Series win for Farron Elam. And I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say if, you know, being in that Discord after the race, you know, some great variety of emotions being had. So we didn't get to talk with Lingerfeld after the race, but you know, he was very upset, chose not to take part in the interviews, which is understandably so. But and yeah, it's just it would have been very interesting to see how the wide variety of emotions was playing out in that Discord during the last race.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a lot for an entire team to go through. While that happened, Joseph Causey has while we were talking about that, Joseph Causey has put Jesse Adams one lap down, which puts him into lucky dog position and leaves 5 trucks on the lead lap. Julio Villalobos is going a third lap down. That means Greg Holt is not too far up the road from that. Battle on track. Lingerfeld is closed back up on Matthew Setzer as Joseph Causey's opened up a 2.5 second advantage over Seth Berger for the race lead. But Lingerfeld trying to get at it with his teammate. This, again, like you said, looks very similar to last week.
It does, but again, with the dirt package, you know, the dirt racing, I mean, it is kind of hard to pick your line and make a clean pass, and it's going to be the same thing here. If he wants to get by his teammate, the only really way through, as long as Setzer puts his truck on that bottom, is going to be to move him. And being teammates, that's a really interesting call to make as a driver, whether you move your teammate out of the way or not. So we'll have to see as this race ticks down. We're down about 10 laps to go. It's going to be interesting for sure to see who battles and who gets this 4th place position. This is the closest battle on the track right now, so Causey's kind of opened up the gap. He's almost at 3 seconds. Then it's about 9 seconds back to Jason Miz. So this is the battle on the track right now for the 4th place position.
This is, yeah, and like you said, 4th place, and if something happens to a truck up ahead of him, this could be for a podium. But the battle continues on into the waning laps here at Martinsville. The single-digit laps remaining this time by the start-finish line should be 8 laps to go. So, yeah, Joseph Causey takes 8 laps to go in his University of Miami Hurricane number 88 Chevrolet Silverado. 3 seconds clear of last season's champion Seth Berger. And Joseph Causey, last season, he started off just because of sheer experience on the sim. Had more experience than most of the drivers in the field last season. We just thought that made him an almost automatic favorite for the championship. And though he did make the playoffs, he was not overwhelmingly dominant last season. He did get himself 3 or 4 wins, 2 of them on road courses, and Joseph Causey got it done at Daytona. A lot went well for Joseph last season, but not to the extent that we thought. And right now, he was not the odds-on favorite coming into the season this season. But he's had to go straight up against his teammate Greg Holt, probably the driver who, if he made the playoffs last season, was almost a straight-up lock for the championship. Granted, you know, not anything can happen in that last race that decides the championship. But for what it's worth, Joseph Causey, after going from, you know, at the beginning of last season, a surefire favorite for the championship to kind of fading a little bit on that, and, you know, it's just because the competition around him got used to the sim and got better. Now is going at it toe-to-toe with his teammate Greg Holt, and he's closed that point lead down. And with 3 laps to go, the run he's put on tonight has been phenomenal. And if he can get this second win done in about 2 3/4 of a lap's time, of a momentum shift this season could be falling into Kazi's favor.
It definitely could. I mean, he's put that 88 truck exactly where it needed to be. Up front, kept it clean, kept it, pristine. I think that is the only truck in this field that pretty much has not been touched tonight by someone. And, I mean, it definitely showed it as we came down here. He's putting some great lap times on the boards, pulling away from the field. He is going to take the white flag this next time by. He's going to look.
There's a spinner in front of him! Oh my goodness, that's Randall Barnett as Joseph Kazi takes the white flag presented by Tucson Sound Art, and that all could have gone south so quickly. But for the first time this season, a multi-time winner, Joseph Kazi, wins his second race on the season here at Martinsville. Seth Berger will come home in the second position, and you'll find 10.5 seconds behind. Jason Miz will finish on the podium. He called his shot when we interviewed him earlier in this race, that he felt pretty confident that he was going to be talking to us at the end of the night. And well, look at that. He has the opportunity to right now.
Yep, he put in a great run. He's going to take home that third place. Going to pull up here beside his teammate, as his teammate's going to do some celebratory donuts possibly on the front stretch. Not a lot of room, so you got to nail it right. Let's enjoy the celebration, buddy.
Using the wall a little bit to do a straight line burnout. All you see is smoke. Oh, man. That's awesome. See how he
that's
does
kind
it
of
with the turn.
that's kind of Kazi's big celebratory celebration, is to do that straight line burnout, put the 11s is on the road. Now he gives us some donuts in turn 1 and 2. Miz down. Oh, he's going to bump him. Oh, that 88 was clean until just then.
That is the first contact I think Joseph Kazi has had tonight. And, oh no, it's destroyed the engine. Was it the burnout or was it a contact? I don't know. But we're going to step aside. That was a wild race, to say the least. We're going to break it all down. We're going to debrief it all on the far side of this break. Don't you go anywhere. Posters, interviews, and more on the far side.
SoundArt introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of two products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. SoundArt ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine you're wedding picture, upload it onto a canvas, and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Martinsville Speedway. We're now into post-race coverage here of the Outlaws Sim Series, round number 8 of 22 on the season. And we have the opportunity to talk to the first multi-time winner on the season, Joseph Kazi. A wild race at that, but you're 2 for 2 on short tracks. Well, Rockingham, if you consider a short track, then it's 2 for 3. But 2 for 2 on what's actually considered short tracks this season, Joseph. How do you feel?
What? Did you see the Kazi Express going around that thing?
The Kazi Express.
Man, no jokes aside, that set was awesome. Like, I was just hooked up. Like, I could have put a wheel wrong because it was just, I had so much forward bite and everything. Like, oh man, that thing was awesome.
You know what? I think you are the only truck that crossed that finish line without a scratch on it.
I don't think I got even an X.
No, sir, I don't think you did. You saw the quality of the race today. It was not what Outlaws is used to. So what's going through your mind when you're sitting under all those cautions, especially knowing that this is just unusual for a league like this?
And I was kind of figuring it was gonna be like this anyway. Like, we got it going at the end, but man, this is a tough joint. You know, this ain't an easy place to get around. You need to put the practice time in it, you know, to get the results you want. So, I mean, I was grateful enough to when everybody took that first caution or the first stage and everybody went in and I stayed out. I was like, man, I'm gonna get eaten up. But actually the tires were great. Freaking when I came in and I did pit, the tires on the right side were only 97%. So, hey,
go for it.
No, go. You go.
All right. So that was gonna be a question. You decided to stay out, and you said what we were thinking as well. We thought you were just gonna get eaten up, but I think with the help of the slew of cautions happening after that, how was it on 45 lap older tires to your teammate Greg Holt trying to fend him off? I know it's a track that's very difficult to pass at, but at that and eventually you being in the lead forced him into a mistake.
Yeah, I really wasn't trying to fend him off too hard. Like, I was just trying to, take a normal traditional line. When he did get beside me that one time, I didn't try to, push the issue. I just had a better run coming off the corner than him, and I was able to stay ahead of him. And from then on, when he made that mistake, I was like, oh, that's, this is going to be a good opportunity for me, when I go in here when we got the caution and I able to go change my tires, and I was like, oh, here we go. Hopefully it's, I was hoping for a more greener run from there on so I could stretch my legs out a little bit.
Absolutely. At that restart, you had Jesse Adams to your inside, and that was under review. If you know, what was all that about?
I seen him go. As soon as I seen him go, like I waited, seen him go. I got on the gas and I went, and he didn't go. He just came to a halt. Like I don't know what he was doing, but I'd seen him twitch and go before I even hit the gas. So I don't know.
Fair enough. Well, Joseph, you now have, I think, the momentum on your side after the Greg Holt, a couple of rough finishes. Not to say that Greg Holt's not going to be competitive by any means. He absolutely will be. But I think the momentum has somewhat shifted towards you with the dominating performance you put on today and just absolutely outclassed him at Bristol Dirt. You're heading into Watkins Glen. I know how you are at road courses. I've raced you at Watkins Glen. Not in these trucks. Actually, yeah, I think in these trucks, if you were at the test race. But nonetheless, how are you feeling about your chances there and to maybe put this season into your hands?
You know, them road courses are my wheelhouse, so we're gonna try to put a hurting on them next week. So that's all we can try to do to stretch the legs out some more, so we can be good in the points.
Right on. I don't think you're the points leader yet, but I think it is definitely tightened up between you and Greg Holt. Congratulations on the second win on the season. The first time this season that somebody has gone back to victory lane. Congratulations to you on that. Both of them at short tracks at that. Very hard, difficult tracks. And best luck to you next week at Watkins Glen.
I appreciate it, Emerson. Thank you.
Gonna real quick give you the floor to shout out who we're gonna shout out. Thank you. We're gonna thank.
Thanks for Pit Stop TV for putting on the broadcast with y'all, and thank you, Adam, for put on this show. Awesome league. One of the better leagues I've been in, and thank Greg and all them in Performance in Sport. Freaking the pips that we got was on rails. It was great. And thank my dad and my aunt for watching, if they watched.
Absolutely. Sorry for that awkward ending. We'll leave you to it. Once again, congratulations on your second win on the season. Best luck to you at the Roadie.
Appreciate it, Emerson. Thank you.
Absolutely. And that was race winner, driver of the number 88, Joseph Cosby. We're going to keep this gravy train of interviews rolling, and we'll bring on up second place finisher, driver of the number 77, Seth Berger. And Seth, you found yourself competitive most of the night, but you really were able to take advantage, I think, lining up on some of those restarts and maintaining in your lane choice. There's a lot of them. So what kind of went through your mind on the thought process of the choose rule?
I mean, obviously at this track you're going to be bottom line dominant, man, but sometimes opportunities present themselves to take that high side, and I can't exactly remember how many times I took the high side, but I do know the most important time I took the high side is when Jesse Adams stayed out and that whole fiasco happened. But yeah, luckily that was one time the choose rule helped me out. Went to the high side and started fourth and came out second, and that was put me in the best spot to try to win the race, because I mean, I think I had a pretty fast truck. It just wasn't the fastest to pass trucks just because of how loose it would be on the bottom, trying to get it turned down to the bottom. But oh man, I tried wheeling it to the lead, man, but I couldn't do it because he just had such a fast truck tonight. But I was proud to keep up with him.
Was there anything you could have done differently to get that Performance in Sport pace out of your truck, or just out dual Kazi there at the end?
Send him within the first 5 laps of that restart. that was going to be the only way, man. I was gaining on him a significant amount in the center of the corner to start the run, and I was like, I could do it. And I was never really able to get to his bumper. If I had tried to send him, I was going to wreck him with how far back I was. But yeah, no, that was fun trying to catch up with him. Definitely super fast. And yeah, man, still on a learning curve, man, with these setups, and I'm happy to be running up front still.
With that being said, you're on a learning curve. I know you missed a couple weeks, and it's not ideal, obviously. It's put you somewhat outside the playoffs. Of course, you have the win to lock you in, and you got to make the amount of starts to make it into the playoffs. But as far as points are concerned, you are outside the top 13. A run like this, I'm sure, will definitely help you out at that. What's your feeling on the season thus far there, and then heading forward to Watkins Glen?
I feel pretty good about the pace of this truck all season. I mean, I don't think there's been any race where I've been super far off the pace. I think I've been solid top 10 and even top 5, honestly. But yeah, those missed weeks are killing me, put me down in the points. But you know, man, you just keep consistency, and we'll have no problem moving back up in the points.
Absolutely. So we now look forward to Watkins Glen. You know, high elevation change, high speed road course. How are you feeling about your chances? It's a relatively easier road course compared to others we visited in Outlaws last season. But Watkins Glen's still its own animal in its own way.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to figure it out, man. I think road course racing is fun, man, but I don't know where that pace is that I'm missing. So hopefully, maybe we'll find it this week, man. I haven't raced at Watkins Glen yet, so we'll see if I can figure that track out better than other road courses. But yeah, I think road course races is fun. It might not be the best for stream purposes, but as a driver, it's definitely fun, and I would definitely like to find the pace at these road courses.
Absolutely. And for broadcast sake, we hope you find it. Maybe you can go toe to toe with some of the drivers up there, and who knows what will happen at Watkins Glen. But Sylvan, we'll leave you to it. Before we do, we'll give you the floor to shout out who we got a shout out. Thank you, got to thank for putting you in this position, the second place finish tonight.
I'd like to thank Burger Nation for watching every week. They're upset when I don't race one of these Wednesday nights, and I apologize for that. But also got to thank Bill Flood for sponsoring the truck tonight. Flood Brothers, the garbage company out of the Chicagoland area. So any viewers in the area, check them out. Great company, my favorite company. We've used them for 10 plus years.
Right on. Make sure you go check them out. And of course, this is our second place finisher, Seth Berger. Once again, man, congratulations. Best luck to you at Watkins Glen. Hopefully we're talking to you then.
All right, thank you.
Right on, and we'll catch up with the other performance sim sport truck on the podium. And Jason Miz, you called your shot. I was a little worried when you said it, but you told us that you were going to be talking to us at the end of the night. You liked at least you said you liked your chances. And look at you now, a third place finish, Jason. That truck, not looking like a third place truck, but it crossed the line in third.
Whew, no, it definitely didn't look like it, but it drove like it even with that damage.
Well, let's talk about the day. And you were in the top 3 most of the day. It was just very crazy all around you. I know there's a couple points of contact, but those restarts, I think, with the choose rule were, I guess, the main point of interest. What were they to you? What was going through your mind through all the restarts?
I mean, on the restarts, it was just you had to get clear of the person on the outside if you were on the inside. And if I was on the outside, I knew I had to push it. But that one restart with Jesse, I don't even know what happened there. That hurt. Because then I broke late for the turn and shot up track, fell back to 9th, and then I was really worried. But after that, kept my composure, knew my truck was fast, just had to work my way back up, and caught a couple lucky breaks with people being very aggressive.
Oh, absolutely. We'll rewind a little bit, and you're riding in third. The 2 ahead of you are gone. And this is trying to find his way around Joseph on old tires, and then he spins in front of you. What's going through your mind then? Is that, oh no, our teammate spun out? Or is this more like, oh, that's an opportunity for you to capitalize? Or what's really going through your mind at that point when you see the 3 truck sideways in front of you?
I mean, I knew as long as he didn't get damaged, he was going to definitely be able to make his way back up. But once you get back in the back of the field, it's just, you never know. And I was like, oh, second place, good for me, bad for him. I mean, you hate to see it, but that was my biggest worry all race, was not doing what he did.
Yeah, fair enough. So, of course, the win at Daytona helps out a lot. But now you're starting to string together some runs, looking a little bit more competitive from last season as well, building from last season. Now getting podiums at Martinsville. Stringing this together this season.
Short track.
Stringing together this season, I'd say, is quite impressive. But what say you?
I mean, I couldn't be doing it without Greg and Kazi and Jeremiah coming in, helping out, talking. They're the ones that get all the credit for this. I knew if I could get some good sets under me, I could show I could drive. This last year with the whole switching over to iRacing and trying to drive a pick setup is not my forte, but get me with the setup, I'm halfway decent.
But that appears to be the case, Jason. Next week, we're turning left and right at Watkins Glen. How do you feel?
Thank God I won Daytona. No, I've been working on road racing here lately. Got a new wheel for it, so I'm optimistic, to say the least. I'm hoping to be talking to you again, but I'm not gonna call it. I'm just hoping.
Well, absolutely. I think we all would. But nonetheless, it was a great race for this 24 truck. It was awesome to see Jason Miz's name that high on the scoring pylon all race long. So a huge shout out to you for that. Congratulations on the third place finish tonight. And best luck to you at Watkins Glen. Before we let you go, we're going to give you the floor to shout out whoever we're going to shout out. And thank you whoever we're going to thank for helping you get this podium tonight.
Well, I appreciate those nice words there, Emerson. And Performance Sim Sports, can't do it without them, the wife. Just Adam for running a good league. It's competitive. It's hard racing. You got to be on your A game to even be in the top 3. So you got to thank him for keeping going what he's been doing for years.
Absolutely. Well, once again, best luck to you at Watkins Glen, Jason. Hopefully we'll talk to you then.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
And that was driver of the number 24, our third place finisher from tonight's race. And quite the slate of interviews. All very positive, but 3 completely, I think, different reasons that they were all positive. And that's kind of the race we were privy to after the way it's gone tonight. That I think a lot of these drivers were just happy to finish tonight's race. Let's go ahead and see how everybody came across the line when it mattered most at the checkered flag, and the results on your screen now with Joseph Kazi, the race winner, with a 3.88 second advantage over Seth Berger at the checkered flag. Again, Joseph Kazi led 150 laps tonight out of the 200. 44 of those going to Greg Holt. The other 6 to drivers who stayed out, Kevin Thompson and Jesse Adams. And well, that's about it. Jason Miz will come home in 3rd behind Seth Berger. Matthew Setzer will hold off Kyle Lingerfeld. That was a hard-fought battle at the end there. For 4th place, Matthew Setzer 14.5 seconds back of race leader Joseph Kazi over Lingerfeld. And well, that's where the lead lap ends. It's Jesse Adams in 6th, the first truck 1 lap down. Matt Rogers in 7th. Seth Fitzpatrick in 8th. He'll rally back for a top 10 finish tonight. Kevin Thompson will come home in 9th. And Greg Holt, after leading 44 laps today, will come home in the 10th position, 3 laps down. To the second page of results, we'll find Julio Villalobos coming home in the 11th position, 3 down. Andrew Pratt in 12th, 4 laps down with Doug Solms as well on the same lap. Brandon Richardson will come home 14th. 9 laps off the pace. Randall Barnett 11 laps off the pace and 15th. Tyler Markle in 16th position, 24 laps down. Daniel Park in 17th, 28 laps down. Joshua Fox 18th, 28 laps down as well. So they were fighting on the same lap. That's intriguing. Max Service with his blown engine will not see the green flag on the final restart of the night. He'll come home in 19th, 58 laps down. Jeremiah Stutzman in 20th, 87 laps down. The race of attrition continues onto this 3rd page with James Gilliard, 112 laps down in 23rd position. Theron Elam Jr. comes on 22nd, 128 laps down. Joshua McClune, 23rd, 135 down. John Mickey, 24th, 144. 144 laps off the pace with Brad Bothwell in 25th. Eric Peck comes home in 26th, 156 laps down. Adam Gardner sits this one out in 27th, along with Jeremy C. Poole coming home in 28th, joining the session but not running laps to credit in this session. So of course we have to we have our partners here at Pit Stop TV that make things go round for us, and of course we couldn't do all these broadcasts that we do each and every week without the help of our lovely partners like Tucson Sound Art. your picture, your music. Use promo code PitStopTV at checkout for 10% off of your wall-mounted sound art device today. Pitstop TV broadcast is also brought to you by Race Pace Setups. Pick up pace with Race Pace, a community-driven setup shop and driver development program. There's a Discord link on the bottom right of your screen. Also, our Pitstop TV broadcasts are brought to you by Permanent Makeup in Maine. You deserve the best care that money can buy, and you can check them out there at permanentmakeupinmaine.com. Of course, we have to give a huge shout out to BAM Racing Videos, by a race fan for the racing community. Make sure you search them up on Facebook and follow racing clips from each and every week, and Whiplash Media, of course, the official graphic and camera provider of Pit Stop TV. Check us out at www.pitstoptv.com/whiplash. And well, a wild race to say the least here tonight at Martinsville. An unusual one at that for the Outlaws Sim Series. This is definitely going to be one of the outliers this season, I'd expect. We don't really see these kinds of races often here at the Outlaws Sim Series. Caution filled at that, but at the same time, Martins make or break your chance to make it into that playoffs. You won't want to miss all the action, all the plate racing, high speed, draft, and potentially big wreck action at the Daytona International Speedway Friday night at 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Again, going to be an absolute blast. Cannot wait to see the MSRA Xfinity cars go do battle at Daytona Beach. Next Tuesday, the Nork iRacing Series continues their chase in their playoffs with race number 3 on their playoff schedule at the Bristol Motor Speedway, covered in dirt. Yes, Bristol dirt back on the channel once again. Last Wednesday, we had the Outlaws Sim Series Gunman trucks take to Bristol dirt, and next Tuesday night, Nork will take their Xfinity Series cars, by the way, which don't have a dirt setup on iRacing. That is quite intriguing what's going to happen there. It have to be a setup that was made to pass on a dirt track, and John Barry has since done that. But they're taking Xfinity Series cars, which don't really see dirt. I haven't seen dirt in real life, and it's going to be quite the challenge for these drivers. We don't know what we're expecting. We don't know where Daniel Falkingham, the current points leader, with all the momentum on his side, is going to do. It's going to be quite the show then. Next Wednesday night, we have the Cars Esports Tour at Langley. It's going to be a doubleheader night with us here at the Outlaw Sim Series. And we will be taking race number 9 again to the road course up in upstate New York, Watkins Glen International. The 2.45 mile short course has 7 turns to it and a bus stop on the back straight. It's going to be a blast, high speed, high intensity road course. Heavy braking zones down in turn 1 and into the bus stop. Scenes for trouble, potentially. We'll have to see then. But, of course, you can keep up with all of our updates to all of these series that we cover here at Pit Stop TV at our social media platforms, our social media outlets like our Facebook page, where we will be keeping up, of course, with the racing action during the race, and where we will be posting throughout the week about all of our racing series. You can see overtake of the week, paint of the week, photo recaps, and much, much more. You have to check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/pitstoptv, our Instagram at pit_stop_TV, our Twitter at pitstoptv_. We also stream these races live to Twitch, at twitch.tv/pit_stop_TV. And of course, we're live to YouTube at youtube.com/c/pitstoptv1. And well, for all of us at Pit Stop TV, Devin Zimmerman, along with me on the call tonight, Vincent Cortez on our social media coverage. I'm Emerson Arden. I want to say that'll do it for the Martinsville Speedway. We're happy to have you all here and tuning in and joining us for tonight's action. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, and we hope you have a blessed night. Y'all stay safe, y'all stay cool. It is very, very hot out there, so stay cool, and we will see y'all next Wednesday night for Outlaws Sim Series action from Watkins Glen, or tomorrow night for the North American Racing League GT3 Series taking to Suzuka. We'll see you then.